piss off all my fucking homophobic relatives. Growing more imperative that I control my narratives. So I spit fire through this pop filter. La la, you got to have the Zaza for me to shop with you. Raising my rates and all control fates. But if you fuck with me, I bring your fucking life to a stop quicker. I'm in your throat like some hot liquor. Roll through your hood like a drop shipper. Hands like a stock filter. I think if I was straight, then maybe I would pop quicker. Playing the lotto, I'm on the reposado. Can't be in my vicinity if you possessing maybes or fragile masculinity like Boosie tip a baby. It's crazy cause the very clothes you wearing was designed by the same group of people used to trying to keep behind. You ain't worried about the kids, you just use them as a shield to hide behind the bigotry of how you really feel. Ain't no think pieces in emails as long as it's some females that's kissing in the backseat. And you can check my rap sheet. I'm running circles around these washed up rappers like a track meet. Been flexing like an athlete. I'm jigging to the backbeat. Work selling than the trap meet. And my niggas pack heat. Suggest to keep it cool before they bust and make it hat lead. And I ain't even really scratched the surface. To beat the self-doubt, don't defeat the purpose. Make sure you got it or you won't complete the purchase. A man without a plan is like a clown without a circus. That's Damez, he go crazy on the mics and shit. Rolling blunts super straight on the pikes and shit. Fat ass with the fucking tiger stripes and shit. I get faded, grab my pen and then I write some shit about this crazy world we living in. My homies steady giving in, the doors steady kicking in. I never care about fitting in. No, whip in the E-class, that motherfucker speed fast. I caught me a peach pass and reach for my weed stash. No sports teams, but I'm ballin', nigga. Better have a money move if you callin', nigga. It's my time to shine, and you know I'm stallin', nigga. Dames going up, ain't that shit appallin', nigga? And I ain't even really in my prime yet. But I just been grinding like the time said. Mindset on the fucking money, not a bitch though. I can tell you broke, but I ain't never been a snitch though. Came up on cassettes and CDs on the block. I don't smoke no cigarettes, but the trees stay in stock. It's the DAM to the IEN. And if I stand out, nigga, why be in? It's motherfuck the cops and motherfuck the ops. My niggas got good credit, we talking trades and stocks. I'ma always keep it real, that's what I get from my pops. They'll give me a fucking bullet before they give me my props. I got this war in my mind, but I don't know who winning. All this Patron in my body and my head keeps spinning. Yo, how I'ma get to heaven? I mean, if I keep sinning, I swear life would drive you crazy, man. Just keep living. Oh God, I ain't even really scratched the surface. Defeat the self-doubt, don't defeat the purpose. Make sure you got it or you won't complete the purchase. A man without a plan is like a clown without a circus. Dames, and I ain't even really scratched the surface. No, defeat the self-doubt, don't defeat the purpose. Make sure you got it or you won't complete the purchase. A man without a plan is just a clown without a circus. Dames. Hip-hop. This rap shit is just in me.
What's going on, everyone? Hello. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I was going to do this live and another live yesterday, but had some other stuff happen yesterday. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and get it done on this good old Sunday. Okay, first of all, happy Pride Month. But not only happy Pride Month, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month that I think we need to be talking about more. Because if you fucking with this commentary, you're definitely going to fuck with the commentary later on tonight where we give our commentary, okay, our perspective, our opinion on the whole Michael Rainey Jr. situation. That when men are sexually assaulted, we see how society responds and tells them to shut the fuck up. You're a man. This is a part of the man experience. You are to be desired in this way. And if men decide to have agency over their own body and even say, hey, I don't like this, I feel uncomfortable, for a lot of the individuals in the red pill community, because shout out to those who support me and send me stuff through my DMs, we found a brother network to BMU that shared their thoughts on it, which basically a lot of them agree that if a woman were to touch them inappropriately, they would sock the fuck out of her. Not try to cuss her out, not try to reprimand her verbally and to put her in her place verbally, but to straight Hadouken these women. And these are the same individuals who are saying protect black women. It's a lot of bullshit, a lot of intersections, okay? But before we get into the live, what's going on, Queen Stevie? She said she's over there getting her toes done. What's up, bro? Key, what's going on? Let me go ahead and do this because we're going to be smart like always. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Also, all the videos, songs, images, and graphics used in this live belong to their respective owners, and BubzDaGawd does not claim any right over them. Okay? So today what we're going to do is we're going to listen to commentary from two very interesting platforms. This is not the first time, as you can see on the left side of the screen, Amir Odom. This is not the first time that he's been on our platform. I see that the relationship is going good, girl, because it looked like he got happy weight. He picking up a little bit of weight. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because when the loving is good, it is what it is. But also shares his concerns and perspectives about the queer community, which I've had conversations with another individual that I'm close with who kind of shares the same sentiments almost as Amir Odom when it comes to pride and just the queer representation, or shall I say, what society is choosing to focus on in reference to queerness, and then make it a broad generalization across the board to where there are queer people that are saying, because of y'all being free, we're dealing with the backlash and we ain't doing shit. But I'm glad that they're speaking their truths, because again, the more that we speak our own subjective truth, the more we can get closer to the objective truth. Okay? We also have the Hodge twins, no shade. This is not the first time I've had their content on my platform. And no shade even further. Me and my sister a long time ago used to fuck with the Hodge twins. Back when they was working out and shit. Going balls deep, sugar walls. Me and my sister would imitate them all the time. But now they're getting to this money. They found an audience that is very profitable. And I don't give no shade. These two light-skinned niggas is grifting. All right, they're grifters. Let's just call it what it is. If we fags and all that shit, y'all niggas grifters. Let's just speak the truth. And they're gonna give their commentary about Dwayne Wade, right? And Zaya Wade, creating a space for parents of trans children and trans children. And in their mind, what they're seeing it as is a boot camp to literally trans your children. I'm the one smoking weed, should not be the one that should be depleting in brain cells here. Okay? And then we're going to end this live off on a bittersweet note, because as you can see, this is a new thumbnail today, by the way. Marlon Wayans ends up standing in the gap and doing what I feel like a reasonable, well-balanced, emotionally aware, and present parent does for their child. Educate themselves on it and love them. And he is doing that. And because he's choosing to love his child, there are plenty of people, especially in the black community, who had something to say about it, and it wasn't nice. Okay? So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get into the video, okay? Let's do this. You sent the pic, and you sent the pic where? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, okay. So you took a picture. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. See, inclusion doesn't hurt people. I feel like inclusion only hurts people that want to be excluded. Inclusion hurt hoes who are afraid or don't know how to see themselves being included. It's crazy. The more that y'all separate yourselves, the more that y'all cut yourself off to humanity. The one thing that we all need because we're social, communal creatures. The fuck? Anyway, let's get into the video.
Pride Month is here, and so are the family-friendly events. In this video, we're gonna go over why some people think that pride parades and all these events are not so family-friendly. Because here's the deal. Oftentimes I hear it's not that bad, they're not doing all this in front of children, or you're homophobic if you think kids don't belong at Pride, and that's just not true. You're allowed to be critical of the LGBTQ community without hating them as a whole. You're allowed to call this stuff out without being homophobic, when in actuality, you're just really caring about children and understanding what's appropriate for them and what's not.
And to your point, understandable, but just like, and I'm gonna be pausing a lot, y'all, it's Pride Month, so you know we gotta be a little extra, no shade, okay? But again, when we were having conversations about the children, I've had parents tell me on TikTok, on Instagram, on other social media platforms, hey, look, I don't care what you do with your child, but my child, that's my child. And I don't want my child doing this, and I don't want my child doing that, and my child, my child, my child. Okay, you're right, it's your child. But then but it doesn't stop at your child, because now you're critiquing the other parents who have a higher sense of awareness, who are actually facing the fear that a lot of hoes are afraid to face, and educating themselves and saying, hey, let me start off by educating my children at a young age to let them know that there are different types of people in the motherfucking world. And if there are children at Pride, I'm pretty sure their parents or guardians are there. I can understand if these were just children that escaped from Miss Hannigan's motherfucking adoption agency or some shit, or Madeline's school agency and shit, zoot to zoot and all that shit, and they happen to sneak into a Pride event, and they happen to sneak into a place where a lot of what you would consider adult themed stuff happening, and they were saying, yes, children, come over here, you see this, then I can understand that. But that is not the case. Those children are protected because their parents are there. But it goes to the bigger issue of now something is wrong with those parents because they're allowing their children to be around this, and then their children is going to be around my child. Do you see how ingrained this shit really is? And people are so afraid to speak their damn truth because they're afraid of what happens objectively afterwards, to where they try to be politically correct. In some aspects, Amir, because you're not listening to the other side, the individuals at these Pride events, who go to these Pride events, who organize these Pride events, until you also factor in their side to see the objective truth, some of your commentary is internal queerphobia. No shade, no shade. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's continue.
I wish more people were open to speaking out against this, but I understand why not, because a lot of people have the fear of being doxxed or being canceled by their friend group, family, or even job for speaking out against these things, because of how quickly the LGBTQ community is able to label someone as a bigot, transphobic, homophobic, the list goes on. And I have to be honest with you, if you get in a position where you want to speak out against this, but you want to protect yourself online, or not even speaking out, just in general, you want to protect yourself online, you don't want all your information out there, then I think it is a perfect opportunity for you to look into today's sponsor, Aura. It is
girl, she ain't sponsoring me, so we ain't finna talk about her
to begin with, because it's just a sheer amount of information about us that is just out there willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Credit brokers and tell
yeah.
Use it's
okay, girl, come on now. Okay, here
4 and 6. Stripping to genuine. Pony. How is this family friendly? Look, how can you actively sit here and tell me that this is a family friendly Pride event? We're done. That is disgusting, filthy, PDF file behavior.
Okay. And if we're going to do that, then we have to go into all the homes of every parent, of every child, to see what they're doing. Bubs, that's a little extreme. No, it's not. These children are sitting here, oh, let me gyrate too. These children probably looking like, wow, oh, okay, these are the same kids that watch Baby Shark Doo-Doo and create all type of imaginary friends in their fucking head. And again, their parents are there. That's their children. Just like y'all can go ahead and teach y'all children to be queerphobic, that's their children. They're teaching their children about inclusion. And when did the children start stripping? Again, see, for me, when I think of pedophile behavior and all this other type of stuff, I also see the children engaging in it, or they over there stripping on the children and doing this to the children. And there are some parents, objectively, who say, you know what, I don't want my child around. And that's cool, because everybody's level of stuff is different. But you have some parents who are willing to face the fear that a lot of conservative people are afraid to face, and rightfully so. That's okay. But again, they brought their children there. These children didn't sneak the fuck in. At these pride events, especially here in Detroit, you got to pay to get in.
And see, and people have the audacity to say, like, oh my gosh, Amir, it's not happening. It's not that widespread. It is becoming more common for these things to be happening.
So it's becoming more common. Y'all said it was widespread, but now it's becoming more common. So is it widespread, or is it now becoming more common?
Y'all, like, this person made a set for this list. Like, listen, these people are booked in advance. You knew what you were doing. You literally knew what song you'd be performing and what your audience would be, and that's the song that you chose. That's what you decided to do. See, we're gonna get into this later, revolving kinks at Pride. This is like the puppy dog kink in the gay community. And you have a little girl petting this grown man acting like a dog in this fetish, and this is...
Y'all let these motherfuckers pet Barney. Y'all let these motherfuckers pet and go to Disney World and meet Elsa and all them. Oh, well, that's children's stuff. It's still make-believe. It's still playing around. Now, of course, because we're adults and we may have seen porn with niggas getting fucked with the dog mask on and all this type of shit, is that happening at the event? And hell, let's even talk about it. Even growing up in my own house, we would all walk around in our t-shirts and our underwear. I saw my mom walk around in her bra and panties. I saw my sister walk around in her bra and panties. I saw my dad walk around with nothing but underwear on, and I'm a young ass child. Where did the sexualization part come from it? Like, there are parents out there who, and I can't do this because I just don't have that awareness, but there are some parents who have more awareness, who are more hippie-like, who are more free-spirited, to where they can go ahead and be naked around their children, and their children naked around them, and in their mind, they're not sexualizing it, but because you are sexualizing it. Because in your mind, you're going to that place of, you're going there in your mind. That's what you interpret it as. But we also got to look at it at what it is. All this little girl was doing was petting this dog. That's it. We know it's a kink. The kid don't know it's a kink. The kid's not being invited into the kink. It ain't like they passing around dog mags to the kids. Here you go, put the mask on. No.
The growing debate within the gay community itself, because there's a lot of people who are saying the kinksters, like these kind of people, are the ones that started Pride to begin with, so they should be protected. Which, listen, if it's an 18 and up Pride event, I'm all for it, but the problem comes with these people saying, oh, it's a family friendly Pride event, but then they have this there. This is not family friendly. Where is your parents? Again, I said this in the last video. I'm always like, where's your parent? But the parents filming this. Like, there are some parents who think there's nothing wrong with what we're saying and talking about right now, which that is just beyond me. But
it's so crazy that the people that's there can't even have a side validated, but the people who are not the fuck there, who have what is the word I'm looking for? The privilege to be able to make an assumption or judge, your opinion has more validity or weight than the individuals that was there. Because again, they're, of course, in their mind, they don't see nothing wrong with this, because there is nothing wrong with it. And again, You're acting like you're at these places where these kids are right here and they can't fucking move. Pride is a big event. There are all different type of areas you can go to. If some shit is happening to where it's like, oh wow, that's a little extreme, go somewhere the fuck else. You ain't gotta go. You acting like these individuals are on the stage or they're at every station.
Again, this is why, honestly,
Month, so
gay people have the rep
niggas
that we
at.
have. This is why gay acceptance has been plummeting, because of things like this. I just want to be left alone. I want to be able to be with my hubs. I want to adopt a kid. And that's about it. But then you have
Yep, and then Project 2025 is gonna make sure that none of that shit happens. Even though your ass not at the event. Even though your ass don't have the dog mask on, unbeknownst to us outside, that is. We don't know. But all that's going downhill. The issue that queer people have with other queer people speaking about their sentiments is that they need to be more honest about, again, being afraid. And one thing I can appreciate about Amir is that he is saying, low-key, y'all actions are making us look bad when all we're trying to do is this. But you're not all that represents the queer community. And as we're going to discover later on down the live, it's not just the pride events. It's the trans thing, too. These individuals are trying to twist your narrative and give you attention and give you affirmation, even though they still don't fuck with you because you are still queer. You're just not that queer. Or those queers, excuse me. Which is why, again, they're going to reverse their ass back or work their way back from the LGBTQIA+. They're just starting with the plus and the T first. Then they're gonna moonwalk their ass on back. So whether your ass at the pride event and you fucking with it, or whether your ass not at the pride event and you ain't fucking with it, the overall consensus, unfortunately, is that society at large, and what's really even growing to be larger, is that they don't fuck with queerness. They see us as a threat. Even if you do have a husband, even if you do have a son, even if you do everything by the motherfucking book, they're still going to see you as a fag, and they're still going to see you as a detriment to the child that you and your partner are going to have.
these people stepping in and shouting from the rooftops that they like are for the LGBTQ community when I'm not for this, and I doubt you are too. We don't want this. I don't think this is necessary. I don't think this is family friendly. I don't think any of this is appropriate. And then, see, but what
now
just happened,
right there,
you probably can see in the blur a little.
Now that right there is kind of like, yeah, let's keep it going now. Let's keep it going now. Now, to his point, now when you doing all the other, kicking leather and smacking all that shit, yeah, I do believe that should be behind the scenes. I didn't know niggas walk around with their ass and booty cheeks out. And that's just me subjectively. Now that I can understand. Out publicly in the parade, yes. Now, if this was happening behind the paywall of Pride at another event that was adult themed, then that would be different. I didn't see that part. Now that part I can somewhat say, okay, yeah, that seems a little bit extreme, just a little bit.
But there's a black man bends over, they both in thongs. Black man bends over, and this white man,
or is it jock straps? Yeah, you talking about yourself, girl.
That's a little sketch.
Ain't your man white?
White man's literally whipping him in front of the little girl, and there's more little kids like in the background. Again,
Right.
if you don't see this as a problem, then you are generally a part of the problem, and that's unfortunate. I don't see how anybody can defend this. I don't see how anyone in their right mind can defend this kind of behavior that we're seeing at Pride parades.
Now that aspect, again, I can understand. I can understand that aspect.
Two? Yeah, would you help him gently? Oh, no, you see.
We have another man in just a G-string, little hammock pouch style. There's kids around.
Okay, and I guess I'm gonna say this then. If you walking around with a G-string up your ass at a Pride event, and that is problematic, then I also think that we shouldn't take our children to the beach, because aren't there a lot of old motherfuckers that be wearing thongs and Speedos and all type of shit that they shouldn't be wearing out in public? And again, Can we fix this one fan? Because this one fan pissing me off. There we go. Sorry. Okay, come back on. The fuck. But at like an event like this where there's a stage, you still have the right to walk the fuck away. You can definitely still walk away. And again, when I'm thinking of pedophile behavior, I'm thinking of them walking around kids and they're touching themselves. And they trying to get the kids to touch on their that's what I think of pedophile behavior, girl. If this is going to be a breeding ground for that to happen, then why aren't there reports of children being sexually assaulted at these pride events? Especially if this is going to be the breeding ground for pedophiles to finally come out. Yeah, kids, y'all see this? Even though the parents right there. And like I said earlier, I spoke my subjective thing as far as, okay, that one aspect that he showed, I can somewhat agree, like, yeah, you spanking and shit, yeah, that's BDSM, bro. Let's put that behind closed doors, because that's in the realm of a sexual thing, a sexual key that turns you on. Ooh, yeah, that turns you on. If you just walking around in your shit, okay, that's different, because you're just doing you.
Yeah, the kids are swinging their feet and just singing Baby Shark, thinking they're having a good time. Whole time they're getting the whole frontal show, but it's, which, listen, if there's a pride event and they have a family-friendly designated section just for kids, then I'm low-key, that's a moderate middle ground, where you have a designated area, there's no kinks, there's no inappropriate stuff, it's just like a little gay family-friendly area.
So let me ask you this, what does gay family-friendly even look like? Can somebody in the comment sections please help me to understand, what would you think his perspective of gay-friendly space look like? Because when the drag queen come in, who not sexualized and just looking like a very big, scary-ass bear, dramatized bear somewhere with extravagant features, to sit down and read to the children, that became an issue. So I just want to know, what do you, and please share it in the comment section down below or in the chat, regardless of whether you're watching it live or the playback, what would you consider to be a family-friendly pride section? What would that look like to you? Please let me know.
It can get a little bit of a pass for me, but then you see things like this, where you see somebody on stage singing Baby Shark, kids are on stage kicking their feet, but then you have someone dressed like that, twirling and dancing in front of children. And again, I have to remind you all, especially if you're agreeing with me right now as you're watching this video, you're not homophobic for having these thoughts. None of us are. We're not all of a sudden just hateful bigots out here just hating the LGBTQ community. No, we just don't like this stuff.
But what happens and what you're not understanding, hold on a second. Yeah, what's up? My bad, y'all. The issue is heterosexual people at large will take what they are seeing now and then put that into law to silence the queer community at large, which is why Amir even has to speak up, because he also understands that what is happening will be used against us. And it's not because, oh, we're not homophobic, we're not queerphobic, it's because we are. And we're trying to find a way to get rid of you guys without us being caught red-handed. Which is why, again, Project 2025 is going to be like Walmart and roll back all of the provisions, all of the strides, all of the advancement that queer people, and no shade, even though your partner white, black queer people have done. He said something earlier about, oh, the queer community was created by motherfuckers who were kinky. No, they were created by queer people, and especially queer people of color, like Marsha P. Johnson, who is a black trans woman. And I feel like once we really start working through the murkiness of this shit for real, start having real ass, raw ass conversations that actually get somewhere, and we get to that gray area and common ground, then we can start having the bigger conversations that affect all of us. And what Amir doesn't understand is that his commentary is also adding to the problem, the real problem. Because again, I gotta believe that these parents who are bringing their children in, they have some sense of judgment of what they're okay with their children seeing and not seeing. They're okay with their children asking questions. Mommy, daddy, what was that? What was that? Okay, well, this is a time to educate, because there are some parents who saw the queer phobia growing up, or experienced the queer phobia growing up and survived the queer phobia, okay? And now they're teaching the youth who are coming up, hey, be nice to queer people. Bring them around queer people and even some of the intersections of queerness, so that when they grow up, they don't end up being homophobic like their parents were. That creates these fear narratives, because there are people who are literally taking Amir Odom's commentary and then also adding their slice with a comma by saying, see, I told you, see, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why we need to get Project 2025 on board. That's why we need to make sure we shut these pride events down. And it just doesn't stop there. There is, again, the onslaught. And I gotta believe there are some queer people who are so afraid, girl, that instead of actually trying to sit the fuck down and really trying to help rectify the situation, they just give commentary on it and just hope that the people out there who are heterosexual see, hey, I'm not them. I'm not them gays. I got a white man too. I'm really not them gays. No shade. No shade. Roki says, baby, Project 2025 is going to do a supermarket sweep on all of the things. And when that happens, then BubzDaGawd commentary is really going to become even more raw. Anyway, let's continue.
By all means, like, even as a gay man myself, I want the respect, I want the rights, but it's like, this is why I make the content that I made, because I want to show that not all gay people co-sign and agree with this, because they're doing this behind the rainbow flag, they're doing this at pride parades and festivals and gay support gay people. This has nothing to do with me, this does not support me, this does not push my message, my values, this has nothing to do with me. And likely this has nothing to do with a lot of other gay people who feel the same way, and it's...
But here's the thing too. What's happening is that y'all also are doing what heterosexual people do. Y'all trying to take certain things and make that the big focal point of pride. That big ass motherfucking parade, and these are motherfuckers that you want to create the narrative of. If you really was about your pride, you would know who the fuck Marsha P. Johnson was. You would know who the fuck James Baldwin was. You would know who the fuck these other influential queer people are. Langston Hughes. And again, the pride is simply supporting or accepting the fact that, hey, I'm still here. There are so many others that I know who have not made it. Whether it was them taking their own lives or their lives were taken from them. And that despite the historical onslaughts that seem to always fucking happen, we are still here. That is what pride is. The queerphobic aspect is, queerness is here, but we trying to figure out how to fucking get rid of it. That is the main goal. And what these individuals, these ignorant individuals don't understand is that, again, what you resist will always persist. The more that y'all hate something, the more that y'all give it life. And there are people who are going to take excerpts from Amir Odom's commentary, put it on their TikToks to further strengthen Project 2025. Because even if gay motherfuckers was doing what heterosexual people wanted, it still wouldn't be enough. If all queerness was to go back in the closet, it still wouldn't be enough, because a lot of the motherfuckers will go in the closet with us, fuck with us, fuck us, and then have the privilege to get the fuck out and act like ain't nothing happened, while those in the dark have to deal with the shit.
Fortunate that they keep pushing these things, and again, like I said, it just keeps getting worse and worse, and I want it to stop. It's frustrating.
Okay, so when are we going to see you at Pride with your microphone interviewing people? When are we gonna see you infiltrating Pride? When are you gonna be like Alex Jones infiltrating Bohemian Grove? When are you gonna put your platform and put what you say to action? When are you gonna go into Pride with your camcorder and record all this shit and walk up to parents? Excuse me, I have a question. How could you support your child being around all this decadence and all this gay sinful shit? Can we get a comment? Why are you not doing that? Wouldn't that be more reasonable for you to do? Wouldn't that be something that would help even validify your message even more? Because now you're going to Pride. Now you're going from being the actual observer from a fucking TikTok videos to actually being in the place where you get to have complete context of what's going on, as opposed to seeing a clip and letting your mind wonder on what the fuck it could be.
Pride Month is right around the corner. That's why I'm making this video to show, so that you can share with people and say, hey, this is why people think gay pride parades are not family friendly, because the exact things that we're discovering in this video. If we all just left kids out of the equation, that we would be fine. We would literally be fine. Just leave the kids out the equation and we'll be Gucci. But instead, you're trying to have pride parade event for the kids, trying to rope them in, sing Baby Shark. Really?
Yes.
Is this how low we're stooping?
No, again, it's helping to educate the fucking youth so that queer people who are adults and the queer youth that has to grow up don't have to go through the same fucking onslaught or worse than we had to. Isn't the purpose is to make sure that the next generation is better, is greater, is smarter, is more aware than y'all? Y'all be letting see, y'all create these fear narratives and then paint it on the children. Again, my question, or my thing is, not question, but my statement is, the parents brought their children here, so the parents know what they're doing. And like I said, if the Christian parent or the queerphobic parent says, I don't give a fuck about all these other children, I don't want my child a part of it, then y'all have to keep y'all motherfucking mouth shut on the parents who allow their children to go to prides and whatever intersections that be happening at prides with their own discretion, because again, that's their child. So how do you get to speak for your child and then for the child of other motherfucking people, but people can't speak on your child? Do you understand how that works? What is that, dildos?
We've gone through this one in the past. This one's gonna be blurred as well. What we're seeing here is a bunch of rainbow dodos, and they're doing ring toss on it in front of kids. There's a little toddler there looking between 2 and 4, looking very perplexed and confused at what's happening. There's a baby in a stroller, there's a baby walking by. How is this appropriate for children? You cannot sit here and argue with me. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm all for finding middle ground and being respectful, but you can't sit here and argue with me in front of my face and tell me that this is family friendly. It's not.
Nah,
it's inappropriate. You can't even buy this at a family friendly store. You have to go to a SCX store, which has the 18 plus to get into. But here at these events, they just have it out willy-nilly, and these kids are looking at so perplexed. Look at him, just fiddling his thumbs, just like, I don't know what's happening. I feel so bad for these children.
Y'all don't even know what the fuck these children
like that last video I
through.
just
Y'all
did
don't even
about.
ask the children what they going through. You don't ask them. You're just assuming, oh, if it was me. Did you ask them, do you feel uncomfortable? You feel okay? Ask the children what they going through. Shit.
These trans kids, I feel bad for all the children that people just bring to Pride. None of it's family friendly. Are there, let me back up. Let me pause. Are there actual family friendly Pride events out there? Have there been successful Pride parades and Pride events where it was wholesome down the board? It was just a little parade. Yeah, we're prideful for.
I'll give you, matter of fact, I'm going to go on a limb and say yes. There was one time that I went to Pride, and Pride just recently passed here in Detroit, called Motor City Pride, which was in downtown Detroit. It's more of inclusive. July, the Pride before Ferndale Pride is more of like the white and a little bit of inclusion side. Then the Motor City Pride is more inclusive, and then July is Black Pride. You know what I'm saying? But I remember there's a famous drag queen here in Detroit, known as Sabin. Was bald head drag queen, bald as fuck, funny as fuck, mouth be filthy as hell, and I love it. I love colorful language. That's just who BubzDaGawd is. I just love colorful language. But when she was at a Pride, she was booked to perform at a Pride event on the main stage. She didn't cuss. even when there were other people there who may have cut, she said, now hold on, remember now, this is family friendly. Hold on now, wait a minute. Hold on. She even had to censor herself because she's so used to speaking so freely in the bar where you got to pay to get in, that at this pride event, she understood what was going on. Now, again, to his point, all the dildos and stuff like that, anything that can be seen as sexual or the act of sex or something that can initiate the act of sex, I do believe that needs to be tucked away somewhere else for more of an adult thing. But at the same time, these things are areas you can go where you want to go. If you don't like that energy, move somewhere else. And on top of that, if that is what the parent is doing for the child, that's the parent. Y'all again are saying, oh, well, the child must be looking at the dick and all that stuff. No, your ass want the dick. You want to swallow the dick. You feel some type of way about seeing the goddamn dick. But does the child see it that way? And again, these are, I gotta believe, parents who also understand that their children are going to ask them questions, and they're okay with their children asking questions. Because I'd rather be there with my child and my child have a question about some sexual stuff happening than being with someone who is not their parent, who may have some sort of ulterior motive that will fuck up my child sexually because they're pushing something onto them as far as physical sexual abuse. And on top of that, how are the queer people gonna have the conversation about the birds and the bees? And it's 2024. Your children probably know more about sex than you do. This is the information age. And like one parent said on a Red Pill platform that I agreed with, we're living in the information age. We might as well just start having conversations with our children now before someone else does. And I'd rather y'all start doing that instead of being fearful of it.
Two dads, two moms, you know, gay people exist. Have there been events where like nothing has happened? For sure, I can get behind that. There have definitely been events where nothing has gone wrong. It's been fine, family friendly, and I get it. But it's reasons like this that ruin it for the whole.
Okay, then I think what you should do is get along with some of the other queer people who have platforms like y'all, and y'all create your own pride event to where y'all can say, hey, we're having a pride event here. You can come meet us, and this is a more family friendly. We're going to provide the real family friendly. I would love to see that. I would be okay with that. Instead of y'all trying to, oh, let's try to get them to stop. Why don't y'all be the solution and the change that you see? Okay, then, well, we're going to create our own pride. I have over 200 some subscribers. These other people who share the same sentiments, because the last time we talked about the last Pride Amir was joined by other queer people who felt the same way, who are also well-known YouTubers. Why don't y'all start a GoFundMe or something, or a donation page and say, hey, look, y'all, we trying to set up for Pride 2025. Okay, or if you want to do Pride in July, I don't know how y'all shit work, but why don't y'all create it so that again you can make sure that the children are in a what you would consider a extremely safe place, an extremely safe space.
Because if we all just sat back and said yes, here's the deal. It's much like the rating system for movies, right? Like, we have a rating system, so we know going into a movie what we can expect, especially if we're bringing kids. It's G, PG-13, rated R, what's the MA and mature audiences. We have this rating scale so that we know going into something blindly, at least to kind of gauge of where it's at. They're advertising all these pride parades as G. Come on in, family friendly, nothing to worry about. But then you get there and it's like mature audience or like adult rated stuff going on. And that's the problem. So if we have some type of rating system and that was actually backed up and supported, where like events like this, like the city or whoever's doing the event would get fined or sued, I think that would be kind of like smart to say, hey, I have a pride parade, it's rated PG-13, it is what it is, 13 and up, come on in. And then if anything happens that's above that, you get a fine. Like, next year you can't have the event. Sorry, it's not approved by the city. Y'all were watching.
Or again, y'all can just simply have a space that is sectioned off, that has, you have to pay. First of all, make sure motherfuckers pay. You going to see the adult shit, and remember the coin girl, another $5. Another $5. and then it's a space section off where nobody can see it, I'm okay with that as well. Because when you talk about the whole rating system and suing, you can then have queerphobic people say, well, I went to a Pride event and it said PG-13, but I saw some shit that she considers to be very, very adult themed, even though it's not, when she's really being queerphobic, and now she found the loophole to now sue the city. Do you understand how these things, see, if we're gonna have these conversations, I understand we're having these conversations as like a, I guess, a building of a foundation, if you will, but if you're gonna speak about this, I don't need you to just be talking this shit and speaking against pride on pride. Like, I need for you to continue with your content saying, hey y'all, I need to see a video of you saying, look, we're getting ready to do our own pride. For the queer people that ain't own the LGBT shit, since they don't want us in the damn community, let's make our own shit. We are somebody else, girl. We the other alphabets. Bring them the fuck in and we have our own shit.
Something, if you want to have your parade, you need to be honest with yourselves, because you can't sit here and say this is family friendly when it's entirely not. And I understand that you want to have your parades, you want to be in a free country, you want to do what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but you have to do it in a respectful way that's okay for children. Some of us have seen this clip, some of you may not. This was in Texas. Shout out to Aldo, that's a good friend of mine. He filmed this, he went to this event. You have this kid strutting down the runway with the drag queen as if the kid doesn't look like he wants to do it in the first place, but we're gonna let this video play. It's insane.
This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Mister's in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids danced with the performers. What came with it were protests outside.
You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children! Shut up! I live in this community, I have for several years.
Daisy says she first saw a poster for this event near where she lives.
I don't believe that I should be seeing signs advertising for children to be dancing on stage with men in thongs and in inappropriate clothing and makeup.
At that, in a bar. Like, if the kid just walked up to that establishment, the kid couldn't even get in the first place. It's like you're bringing kids to like a strip club. Like, how are we sitting here?
Okay, so should we suggest that going forward, maybe if it's gonna be an event, these motherfucking drag queens better be acting like they dressing up to go speak to Cinderella and go talk to the prince and Simba and all them other Disney ass people? I mean, that's cool too. But then again, when you had the drag queen who didn't come in the leather corset, who didn't come with the fishnet stockings on, who didn't come with that shit, came very dressed the fuck up like a fairy tale character. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. But just like the lady said, it spoke the truth right there. I feel some type of way about children dancing with men who wear thongs and inappropriate clothing and makeup. And I get it. Everybody's opinion means that they have their own interpretation of what they see, and that's perfectly fine. Not everybody is going to see the same thing that everybody else sees it as. For example, if me and 10 people sat down and read the Bible from cover to cover, we will all come back with our own interpretation. I'm pretty sure there are gray areas where we all connect, and that's what we should connect on, but overall we're going to have different perspectives. That's fine and that's cool. But even when the drag queens wasn't even dancing with your kids, they were just sitting down and reading to your damn kids, you had grown ass men outside who look like they belong to militias and shit, who are saying, if you don't get this shit fixed, we will fix it. And we know what that means.
Drag your kids to Pride when, how do they not see that this is wrong? How do people, like all these parents here, think that this is okay?
The organizers say today was a family-friendly event with a safe environment.
Baffled, lost for words. Newborns, children under 6 months. Why are they there? Why?
Separate from their normal operations. In a statement, they said, "We believe everyone should have a space to celebrate who they are, Mr. Misters is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included.
That's fine. That statement by itself is okay, but age appropriate. You that doesn't exist for children. When
They just said a safe space. Your interpretation, it's your interpretation of it. Where's the fucking that's going on? Because that's how y'all look at it. Y'all look at it as if though some damn Luciferian Illuminati children sacrifice ritual is about to happen and there has to be some sexual abuse before it starts. Where is that at? So I guess because the infants were exposed to a trans person or a drag person or whatever the person, that now all of a sudden in their prepubescent infant minds, the baby probably just stimulated as fuck. What is going on? There's so much stuff going on here. The music is loud. Oh my God. And who is this scary vampire? Because no shade, I thought drag queens were scary growing up. I thought they was vampires, bitch. I didn't want them biting my neck. But again, the parents have a right, because that's what y'all want. Y'all want to have y'all right to say, I don't want my children around what they consider is the gay shit. And I'm cool with that. If you don't want your child around the gay shit and you have control and power for that to not happen, or for that to happen, for them not to be around it, then that's cool. I'm okay with that. But then you start demonizing the other parents. Y'all don't even study to show yourselves approved. Y'all don't even go forward. Y'all talking about, oh, you talking about motherfuckers being doxxed. Why ain't y'all doxing these parents then? That's allowing the gay shit. Why ain't you delving deeper into their lives and their backgrounds to see what's going on with them? Because at this point, everybody loves just talking about shit and complaining about shit, but there's only very few that's trying to think of a fucking solution. And that's the point I'm at now. What is going to be the fucking solution? And I already gave a few during this live that Amir can do, because he has the bigger platform, he has more connections, and it would be possible for y'all to start a grassroots movement on what y'all believe true pride should look like. And who knows, it might grow in traction. But again, the overall issue and problem that again Amir speaks about, but not all the way fully, but he does acknowledge it some in reference to, that's because y'all doing that, and because these people are choosing to focus on this aspect of it, it's like now I'm going to have to deal with the blowback. And I'll be damned if I'm going to deal with y'all blowback because y'all doing this type of shit. Not even realizing that if you help to assist them in quote unquote removing pride in general, because they don't want pride at all. Because this is just more than just about a fucking pride event. The pride event is one of the straws that they're grabbing at. Hopefully something will stick to where that can be the domino that knocks all the other dominoes the fuck down and what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, again, some of these other people say it and let them tell it. They don't want queerness being visible at all. Point blank, period. What's up, Chief Soul Survivor? What's going on? Let's continue.
your whole establishment is a bar selling alcohol and hosting male, basically strippers, drag queens, to twirl and reveal clothes for money. You want to do that in your free time, you want to be loving and accepting, I get it, but don't involve the children in that.
I've been here like every night throughout the week.
AJ Cruz has worked at Mr. Misters for about 2 years now. He said today's event allows people to express themselves.
There was a lot less people drinking today, so that would make it more kid-friendly, just because there's so many people here. Everyone just came from all walks of life and, you know, just enjoyed Pride.
Organizers said they've received threatening emails and phone calls from the protesters.
I do not in any way condone the behavior that these people are engaging in, but what drags me out here is it's kids now.
Boom, exactly. She said she don't condone it, she don't like it, but she let it exist. Like, she's like, whatever, I don't like it, but it's not for me.
Girl, we don't need no goddamn motherfucking fat ass Sonya Blade telling us what the fuck she gonna allow, bitch. We gonna do what the fuck we want to do because we grown. But again, those parents are grown, which is why they brought their children there. You now have the burden of proof to explain to all of us how that's sexual. Because at this point, I'm gonna start asking, Don't play with me, cause type of nigga I am, girl. I already have the camera equipment, everything. I'll go and ask motherfuckers questions. But excuse me, what do you consider to be sexual? What makes you want to sexualize it? How is it sexualizing children? Give me your opinion. And I bet you a lot of times they'll be stuck up. Well, or hell, they may be honest and say, hey, I don't like y'all fags, and all y'all fags nasty, and all y'all do is sick, twisted shit. So hey, in that respect, I would have more respect for him because at least he was honest. Now you gonna get cussed the fuck out, bitch. Cause now you playing in people's faces and your bitch ass ain't gonna sit up there and try to prove it. That's the issue. Y'all wanna do all this yapping and talking and critiquing and commentating and not bringing up any objective facts. And I'm starting to realize it's not just some of you homophobic hetero people, some of you, not all, but some of you, a lot of y'all. Again, it's the internalized part too.
But the reason why I'm here now is because you're involving children. She said it best. The only reason she was there is because of the kids. That's it. And if we let the kids out of it, we would see less people coming for the gays as it is. But now that we're in this position where the kids kept getting involved, here we are now in 2024.
All right, we're gonna give you 6.
Okay, brace yourselves. Some of y'all have seen this clip before. This is a family-friendly pride event, and they have a child, little girl, a nothing 6 to 8, I'm assuming, getting ready to do a drag performance. And what we're gonna see is all these adults praise her and give her attention and a dopamine rush for dancing provocatively and revealing clothing. And she's gonna be rewarded by the applause, the screams, and grown adults handing this child money for dancing in a bar. Come on, y'all. Okay, we've had enough. Do you?
First of all, I'm trying to understand what was provocative about her dance, girl. First of all, no shade. I appreciate white children and people who can dance on beat. She was trying. She was nervous at first. She needed encouragement from the crowd. You said revealing clothing. I was waiting for the girl to take her damn shit off and swing it around in the air. I was waiting for her to pull her stuff. You said provocative. So when I think of provocative, I'm thinking, I mean, the way that he even painted the video. Oh, this individual is being praised by grown-ass adults for dancing provocatively and removing clothing. Yes, do the sexual shit for the adults and then be rewarded. And we saw the video and I'm like, girl, what the fuck? If anything, my high ass would probably be over there laughing because I'm like, why do white children be dancing like they itching or something? And she did a little strut. How many little ass girls? How many little ass girls is doing Beyonce routines? Beyonce was a little ass girl singing in her motherfucking hairbrush, trying to mimic Tina Turner, who was shaking a tail feather. Shake a tail feather means shaking your ass. Girl, I realize some gays are going to be afraid, and that's okay. When you look at the slave plantation, girl, there were some slaves who was afraid of freedom, baby. There were some slaves that was like, hell no, if you go, I was gonna first of all miss out on my relationships with behind the scenes when the sun go down, the moon come out with massa. But I ain't about to leave this good white peen and shit to go ahead and go shoot niggas and y'all niggas get caught. Stay your ass here on the plantation then. You seem to like it. No shade. Harriet says she leaving at midnight, and I'm going. Is you ready or is you ready? Again, let's hear him explain this clip.
See what I see?
What do you see?
Do you see, especially if you're someone that's not familiar with my content, or you're saying as someone's,
You have prescription glasses, and so I have 20/20 vision, so maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to bring my shit down to see it, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it. This little girl walked around doing her little strut or whatever and was collecting the money like the performers do. Now, if she was sitting there in a damn Beyonce ass outfit and she was doing some shit in splits and doing pop, lock, and drop it, then I can be like, okay, little girl, where you learn this shit from?
sent you this video.
And on top of that, it was a girl. The way that I saw it, I thought it was gonna be they had a boy there and then put a wig on the boy. That's what I thought the video was, because I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go.
Do you see now, or there's a growing faction of people who are just not okay with Pride Month and kids in general? Was this enough for you? From
No.
the dildo ring toss, from genuine ponies stripping on stage, a baby shark in front of a man in a G-string, this sweet innocent little girl dancing and twirling and adults handing her ones. Do you see now why people have a problem with the LGBTQ community? Do you see now why some people think
The LGBT community, because again, they see us as sexual beings anyway. Then the queer people and the oppressed groups of people always have to fucking show the burden of proof that we are humans, so we invite people into the motherfucking space, so you ain't gotta be outside protesting and letting your mind and organized religion and fear and ignorance control the narrative for you. Now you can actually walk by fucking faith and walk your bitch ass inside and see what the hell is going on. And even when they do that, there are certain things that are picked out about the queer community and then say this is why they have a problem with queer people, with Pride Month and children, because they think that Pride Month just means it's the time for the gays to come outside and just fuck and have orgies outside, to where they're so consumed in their sexual deviancy and decadence, that word, to where now they're fucking children, they're fucking animals, they're fucking beings, they're waiting for, if aliens came, they gonna fuck it, all that type of stuff. That's what they think. Y'all don't ever record the other parts of Pride where people are coming together in Pride, solidifying themselves. Y'all don't ever go to the other events that are offered at Pride, like seminars and workshops about some of the things that affect the queer community. Y'all don't talk about those aspects. Y'all just pick on that aspect and then exaggerate it. So if you're gonna play that motherfucking game, then like I said, that means children can't go to beaches unless everybody on the beach has full clothing on, girl. That means everybody going to the beach, you better be wearing some swim clothing attire that is appropriate and that is your size, because we know a lot of people love going outside in little bitty shit that's too damn tight for their damn body. So if you go outside and you got on a damn G-string or a thong on the beach and there's children running around, excuse me, sir, you're gonna have to put on something else or we gonna fine your ass $500. Let's do it across the board. Mardi Gras, down there in New Orleans and shit, better be no children around. Gotta go. Spring break, better be no children around. Gotta go. Can't do that. If y'all gonna do Pride like that, I'm okay with y'all doing Pride like that as long as everybody else do that. For you motherfuckers that go to Carnival and shit, when niggas be walking around with snatched ass bodies, big ass titties, fat asses and shit, and big dicks, and be grinding on each other in the streets and twerking on the streets and all that type of shit on the streets, can't do it. Again, it's going to be across the board, but if we talk about that, well, no. You want to know why they say it's no? It's because they're heterosexual. They shouldn't have to change. It's us. We're the ones that are dysfunctional. We're the ones that are deviants. We are the ones that are on the wrong side of history, the wrong side of God, the wrong side of nature, the wrong side of family, the wrong side of creation. We are all these things. And the Pride is meant to let y'all motherfuckers know that no matter what the fuck y'all think y'all know, y'all motherfuckers have the opportunity to bring y'all asses into the space and see for your fucking self. How many times have queer people opened up the door for conversation and motherfuckers be afraid to have the conversation because it exposes that they are queerphobic? And y'all be thinking queerphobia is just covert as far as faggot, I'm gonna beat your ass, and all this shit. No, it's also covert as well. In the language, did y'all hear the language that was used in his commentary? And how he was trying to let people know, oh, well, I'm not them gays, but you're still part of the queer community, which means that you do that shit behind closed doors. Well, at least I'm doing it behind closed doors. Yeah, but it's the fact that you doing it at all is the problem. And I hope that Amira continues to have that conversation about the kids, because I wonder what the people are gonna say once you and your partner have children. Do you think the children conversation will stop when you have kids? Hell no. If anything, you'll probably have to go through the same thing that you're putting a lot of these people at pride for your interpretation. You're going to go through the same thing. Are you going to make sure that what about your child? Is your child going to have straight friends come over? Or are they not going to be able to go to the fag's house? Because I see what y'all fags do at pride. And if you're doing it openly, I can only imagine what you hoes doing behind closed doors. Are you ready for that?
And these whole pride parades and events are just not family friendly at all. Because this is what gets the attention. And this is what people are doing. Can't trust.
That's not all that people are doing. That's the fucking problem. Hold on, y'all. I gotta roll up again. Shit. Now I'm irritated, bitch, and it's Pride Month, so I'm gonna speak my shit, damn it. And again, your ass ain't gotta be doing it publicly, but they're gonna be thinking your ass is doing it privately, because again, even the verbiage that you say, that's what they think we're doing. I don't wear a dog mask. I don't walk in the streets with my cakes the fuck out. I don't walk to pride events with thongs up my ass. But that's not my experience. And again, if the parents feel some type of way about their children, then I'm sure they would be able to say, come on, let's go, let's move. Why don't y'all interview the parents? See, that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, instead of y'all being such cowards and speaking off the assumptions of what you think it could be, why don't y'all actually go ahead and interview these people? Talk to them. Ask them, what made you want to bring your child to this? But y'all would probably gag if y'all talk to them, because they'll probably give you an answer that your ass wasn't looking for, and now you acting and looking and stuck on stupid. Duh.
Sit anymore. Come to our family-friendly pride event, and then this is what happens. There needs to be fines for this. There needs to be something like a business gets a fine for serving a underage child liquor. A business gets a fine for they were allowing kids in a strip club. They would be fined, or they would lose their license, or whatever it may be. We need something for this. And there's nothing about this that can convince me that it would ever be okay. Nothing frustrates me more than people taking advantage of little kids' innocence. There's a reason why they're a kid. There's a reason why there's a saying, let the kids be kids, because they're children. They're very easy to manipulate. They're very easy to be led the wrong way, and that's why parents' main job is to protect them.
And then these parents believe that if their children are queer, that they've failed, that they've gone down the wrong path. That is the issue. Let kids be kids. What the fuck does letting kids be kids look like? And Amir, I would love for you to answer the question, what does that look like for the queer children? How do the queer children be children? Queer children can still have, heterosexual children can still have boyfriends and girlfriends, and let's all be fucking honest here. Even as children, we all have played house. We have hunched on someone, or someone has hunched on us. As children. And again, if y'all want to have conversations about protecting the children, I'm okay with that. But if the heterosexual people are going to give the queer people what they would consider to be the blind spots, then all we're saying is allow us to be your blind spot too. But because there's more of y'all and less of us, there might be more commentary on your end objectively than it is on ours. And I don't think y'all want to play that game. Because then that game becomes dangerous. And I'm letting your ass know now, it's 2024 going into 2025. Queer people gonna change the narrative too. And I'm talking about the narrative of self-defense. I keep saying this.
Understand that that little girl's parent is there, and the little girl's parent thinks that she's protecting that child, but this is not protecting that child.
That's your
How
opinion.
I'm against this, I am against, you know, the pageants for the little girls and like the toddlers and tiaras and little kids and hooters. I'm against all that stuff too. I've talked about it before in this channel. I don't think that doesn't sit right with me either. But this little girl,
But that's happening more so than Pride, because at those events are happening year round. And yet they still go on. And I literally did a live a few months ago about the Hodge twins that we're going to see next after Amir Odom. Where they did a live or a video talking about how this man got his 11-year-old son strippers for his birthday. And then when we read the comment section, all of the fathers were proud and saw it as a rite of passage. And a lot of them were relieved because it's like, I get to physically check and see if my son is on that fag shit or not, so I can get this shit handled before it gets out of hand. But yet, ain't nobody really speaking to them. Hooters is still operational. Why hasn't that been shut the fuck down? Still going. Lil Boosie had grown-ass women perform fellatio on his son and his cousin who were underage. Are these hoes locked up? Is Bootsy locked up? No. It's okay when it's heterosexual because it's heterosexual, because that's the way the children should go. That's what they think and they believe. They don't even have room or grace or mercy at all for the queer community. And as much as Amir Odom believes that they will have grace and mercy for him, he's very mistaken.
getting this praise from adults with all the ones in the air, then she dances, oh, I gotta go harder and harder. Like, it ain't right. It's just not right.
That's like my dad when I was younger. When I was younger at birthday parties, my dad would be like, all right, I got $10 for the best dancer. Everybody breaking out moves. Even the motherfuckers you didn't know they could dance is doing shit. My cousin at the time, she a whole Christian going to church, and she start hip rolling out of nowhere. I'm like, whoa, what? I wish I had a VCR, because I would screen record and show y'all some of my birthdays. I had one of my friends that lived around the corner from me, William, who was very flamboyant and shit. He got up and started hip rolling and shit in the camera and all that shit. Wasn't nobody beating his ass. Wasn't nobody like, ooh, yes, I'm about to get up in that ass. Ooh, I'm thinking about ass now. No. What happened? What happened?
You probably will not believe me.
What?
Actually, I'm gonna show y'all the proof before we get into this.
Yes.
Which, one sec.
I need
This
myself.
entertainer is 2 years younger than Snoopdogg, so they are 12.
There is the little proof to lay out what we're gonna watch next. This is a family-friendly, like, drag show situation going on. The next drag queen to come on stage is going to be a 12-year-old boy in drag.
Okay, 12-year-old boy in drag. Is this boy a queer boy? And this, again, when you look at the culture of drag queen, that is what drag queens do. They're performers. They're exaggerative performers. Everything has to be over the top, just like in action movies. Motherfuckers don't fight like that in real life. It's all wire work. It's all special effects. It's extravagant. So the performance is supposed to be extravagant. This is a 12-year-old boy. Let's see what this 12-year-old boy does. Damn, she tall. Shit. Look like Alaska Thunderfuck.
12-year-old boy, parents probably there, probably condoning this.
Well, again, they could be a queer boy, you know, who probably watched RuPaul's Drag Race, liked it, because again, this is a hobby. They can take the shit off. Just like when a motherfucker say, hey, mom, dad, I want to play piano. Hey, mom, dad, I want to play guitar. Hey, mom, dad, I want to take ballet. I want to take hip hop jazz. I want to take some shit. The parents on board with it. You have to prove to me that because this child is 12 years old dancing in drag, that the child is now snorting coke now, the child is doing drugs now, the child is having a bunch of unprotected, nasty ass sexual shit happening now. Did the child take anything off? And again, the parents are there.
That's not a parent. You're not allowed to beat your child. I don't think you should be able to allow to manipulate and do this sort of thing.
Do you even know the context behind the situation? See, you have the luxury to have an audience that is queerphobic and that is using you as a mouthpiece or a shield to be like, yeah, it's coming from one of y'all. Again, when y'all speak this shit, y'all now have the burden of proof. The burden of proof is always on the prosecution. Even though the defendant does have the opportunity to defend itself in the court of law, the prosecution, the ones that are accusing someone of doing something, they have the burden of proof, which means they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this is what's going on. This is your interpretation. It is not the objective truth. What's going on, boy crazy?
Your child. To say that, oh yeah, that's fine for a 12-year-old boy to do. Adults just throwing money at him twirling around in these huge...
Girl.
This is why, as we go into Pride Month, why I'm a staunch believer that kids have no reason to be at Pride. Pride is not for children. It's genuinely not. Because of this.
The literal onset.
And as a gay man myself, I have nothing to do with this. I do not condone this. I don't want nothing. I don't want any to be near it. And I hate, genuinely hate, how just because I'm gay, just because of what I do behind a closed door, I'm automatically like associated with this. Like people lump us in the same group because it's LGBTQ+. I don't want to be a part of that. This is not my culture. This is not what I condone. This is not what I co-sign. 12-year-old boys in drag doing this at a family-friendly event.
Yeah, like my...
Hold on. Pride was not made for children. The majority of Pride organizers around the country have family-friendly Pride events. Stop it. And then the caption will obviously see on the video, they are sexualizing family-friendly Pride events too.
Pride in my city is family-friendly, and there was kids there, and there was a fetish show going on at 2 p.m. So that's bullshit, and stop advertising it as family-friendly. Thank you.
See? More gays are speaking out. More gays are getting upset at this. Do not say it's family friendly, and then you have all this kink there. Puppy masks, doing whip shows, all of it. As we've seen, do not say any of this is family friendly. It's not. It's not. Quit lying to yourself. This is not a fair comparison, and this is
What
what
you mean?
these people kind of do. They're like,
What
oh
you
my
mean?
gosh, let's show the best parts of Pride and why it's family friendly, and then let's show the things I disagree with. I just said I don't like the childhood pageants. I don't like any of that stuff.
Okay, but what we're saying is that the other main part or main group that is supporting you because of your queerphobic views, they're not aware enough, like you're saying you are, to be like, yeah, we do it on our side too. Let's clear it up. Again, if it's going to be across the board, let's be across the board. I'm okay with that, but it's never across the board. That is the issue. That is the problem. And as much as you say you don't want to be lumped in with the queer community, goddamn it, that's how they see you. Which is why I offer this suggestion of you creating your own Pride event. Just like here in Detroit, there are 3 different prides. Don't have to be just one pride. Why don't y'all make a pride in September or something? This is the alternative pride. And invite the straight people too at this point. Because the way that I'm feeling is like at this point, it's going to be LGBTQIS. Y'all bitches want to be included so bad. Y'all have the majority of everything, but yet you want to be included in our shit. Like Paul Mooney said, everybody want to be a nigga, but don't want to be a nigga. Well, we all niggas now. We all fags now, baby. That's what we realizing. I am a black man who is educated. I am a black man that, yes, I live in the hood, but I am not the product of my environment. I don't have different hoes and area codes. I don't have multiple baby mamas running around. Never been in trouble with the motherfucking law. And I love myself. It's very much, but me loving myself does not mean that I'm exempt from a hate crime. I have more of a masculine aesthetic to where I can go out and blend in the world. Doesn't mean that when my sexuality is discovered or announced that, oh, they're going to, oh, well, you're cool because you're not those gays. No, there's going to be an initial fear there because we heard what those gays do. And better yet, we seen what those gays do. And Amir is so consumed in fear that his ass don't understand that he's helping to hand rocks to the same people who will stone his ass. And I don't even think you having a white partner is going to protect you from that either. Because what Project 2025 is going to show is that not only are you a fag, but you're also a nigger. That's why he kind of gagged when the white man was bending the black nigga over and he was hitting him with the whip. I don't know if it was a, oh my God, not my kink showing out. Oh Lord. You know, a lot of people don't like they shit being seen outside of them because they be doing it behind closed doors and worse.
All the kissing scenes and all this. No, I don't like any of that. But we've seen in this video the real nitty gritty events that go on. Oh, this Pride event's gonna have people singing Baby Shark, and then there's people in G-strings walking around with little kids.
It was one man around with a G-string. Where is the cult at? Where is the group at? If this is Sodom and Gomorrah happening in America, why isn't there a sea of old, horny, old men in thongs and G-strings in the front talking about, yes, popping bottles of Viagra's and blue chews and shit? Not happening. Y'all are exaggerating it through your interpretation. And that's cool. You can do that. The only thing it's going to show is that objectively you're ignorant as fuck and fear-based as fuck. That's what it shows.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be a Pride performer in the little baby pavilion, and they're stripping to Pony by Genuine. So that's not a fair comparison. That's not the truth for what it is.
Yes, it is. It is. Like, the queer people had to grow up watching those television shows, those movies. You talking about the real nitty gritty. What the fuck is Disney World? Is that not the real nitty gritty? Aren't they, when they go to Disney World, they think they talking to the Belle on the fucking television when they really talking to Jill, who is dressing up as Belle on today at Disney World? And again, you can have heterosexual romance, heterosexual love, heterosexual connections in children's movie. Simba and Nala were in love. Sheriff Woody, Bo Peep in love. Belle and the Beast, bestiality, in love, and it was okay. But now this is an issue and a problem. Y'all can't make this shit up. And what y'all don't understand is that when y'all continue to speak in y'all fear, there are some of us who have transcended certain aspects of fear or see fear for what it really is and is willing to grow in that evolution of what that really is, that can really see y'all fear standing out. Because like I said, as much as you want respect from the heterosexual community at large, they're really not, because at the end of the day, how they gonna respect somebody who literally helping them to destroy themselves? They're like, wait, you wanna help us throw the rocks? Wait, you wanna supply us with the rocks? Oh, wow.
People aren't really, maybe this is why, because the propaganda like this that the left creates, maybe this is why they are saying, oh, it's not that bad, you're not saying these things, because maybe they try so hard to suppress what I'm showing y'all. I don't know, but I genuinely
suppress what you was showing us. You showed us shit that was on TikTok that we've seen and some people seen before they hit your platform. They were just waiting for you to give your commentary on it, because maybe if they'll hear from someone that's like them, maybe they'll get their shit together, or maybe they'll shut the fuck up and go back in the damn closet, because we so tired of not being able to fuck you no more because you free and we can't be free. So come back in the closet with us, come back into bondage with us, come back into eternal darkness with us on some vampire Dracula untold shit. Hell nah. And like I said, if heterosexual people want to play that game, then let's play the game across the board, and they're not going to. But that's okay, because the queer people are going to do it for you. Especially BubzDaGawd. That whole thing that y'all be saying in the Bible, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. I hope you bitches ready for that. That's why I'm loving myself, girl, because when the ultimate truth comes out, the truth that is objective, that you're gonna have to work through in the midst of your enemies, in the midst of your oppressors, baby, we're gonna see who really strong and who not. And this is during Pride Month.
hope so, that if this person saw this video, then they would be like, actually, yeah, I don't agree with that. At least keep it consistent, at least keep it real.
I don't know. I guess I'm not woke, okay? Fine, you win with your gay stuff. That's what you want, right? To win.
I didn't even read it. I love that bit from Family Guy. It's this episode where like Lois is with these two gay guys. Oh, well, they're not gay. They're roommates. It's a whole skit. It is so funny, but let's rewatch this video and I need to read what it actually said.
I don't know. I guess I'm not woke.
When I told the white gays, if y'all didn't know, that's what YT mean, white. When I told white gays that they cannot prance around with jockstraps and inappropriate sex toys around Pride because their mind is present and it's supposed to be open for all ages. Like I said, the infighting. There's a group of gays that are like, hey now, see, I wouldn't necessarily blame it on all the white gays, but there is a group of
okay, girl, we know.
Gay people saying, hey, we're saying this is family friendly,
not your white
then act
king, girl,
like
we
it.
know.
And then there's another group of people saying, no, Pride Parade was never supposed to be family friendly, so I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. They should have never made it family friendly. They should have never advertised that. They should have never made that a thing to begin with.
Homophobia!
When you see those people unleashes that Pride Parade. Yeah, that's how a lot of us feel. Homophobia. That's a good way to end this video, y'all. Listen, as we've gone through this video, what we've found is that these family-friendly Pride events that they're advertising as family-friendly, it's not what it turns out to be. There's nothing about any of that was family-friendly to me at all whatsoever. And I think if it's literally like everything I say on this channel, if regarding the gay topics, if you leave the kids out of it, it wouldn't even make the news. It maybe would make some news. It still would piss off some conservatives. But like, if we just left the kids out of it, if we just let the kids be kids and we just didn't involve them in any of the Pride parades, Pride festivities at all, maybe it'd be fine. Maybe we'd meet your middle ground. Maybe it wouldn't be this toxic for gay people as it is nowadays. Maybe we wouldn't have like all this tension between the gay community itself, the left versus the right, because really, have been fine and we've been chilling since gay marriage up until like 2018, 2019. We were fine. It was
no, you've been fine. You've been chilling. There are still intersections of the queer community that have not. And if I'm not mistaken, what I believe created the whole, I guess, hyper awareness of the queer community was sometime, I want to believe, in the middle to late 2000s, where this little white boy committed suicide because of the bullying. That's when the It Gets Better movement started, because there were children who were queer who were still being bullied, and it costed them their lives. Queer children cannot have safe spaces to be able to express themselves, figure out what the fuck that looks like in a healthy way, because society would tell them that you are a man. Why are you trying to be gay? You have a dick and balls. Your job in life is to be a procreator and with a woman. The reason why the children are included is because, again, most importantly, it is about protecting queer youth, because we were once queer youth. I didn't affirm or admit that my ass was queer until I was 18 years old after graduating high school, which meant I spent the majority of my childhood and my teen years in the closet, and my peers could still see that I was gay even though I didn't affirm that I was gay. So the pride is most importantly for the youth, which is why they invite the youth in. Now, to your point, all of the kinky fetish stuff that is sexualized, I do believe that if it's going to be at a pride event, it needs to be closed off, because that's more adult themed. Let that be the case. All the dildos and throwing the shit on the dildos, like fucking, what's the name of that game and shit? You throw the shoe horse and shit. Horseshoe, I said shoe horse. Horseshoe and shit. Put that behind a paywall so that when you pay, you won't definitely enjoy yourself, but it'll be a different thing. I agree with that. But just like how you said, oh, it's not a false comparison, it's not a... Your perspective is not a true comparison or equal comparison, because again, you just picked out certain things about pride. If it was happening all in pride, it should be one motherfucker walking throughout pride, and it's everywhere, as we've seen has been in sections, and even for some pride event inside of bars or inside of establishments that is in a controlled environment, with no dicks out, with no balls out, with nobody shoving shit out they damn ass. We wasn't seeing things that we would probably see in the nightclub at a gay place. And I don't want to hear shit about, oh, y'all doing that sexual shit in the gay club and all that type of shit, but y'all motherfuckers will be doing the same thing in heterosexual clubs and at the strip club, touching on bitches after they told you not to, but you don't give a fuck. You don't give no fuck.
Okay, there was some inappropriate stuff here and there. We had little battles to fight here and there, but it wasn't this jarring, you know? But now with the TikTok and the rise of social media, people sharing things, people hyping things up, I don't like this. I don't like the children at Pride. None of this is family friendly, and I hope as you watch this video, especially if you're someone who's watching this video who really kind of felt like they were fine with pride parades, now you understand why a lot of conservatives, a lot of middle ground people, a lot of this doesn't even have to be a left versus right issue. It's literally just preserving the innocence of a child. That's really what it boils down to. It's preserving the innocence of a child, and it doesn't have to be political. It doesn't have to be this big argument. It literally just is. This is not appropriate for kids. Leave the kids out of it and we'd be fine. That's my thoughts personally. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this situation. Again, if you want to see the uncensored, you want to see the cheeks and all the stuff that was blurred, you can join my Patreon for $1 a month. Live streams, we do it all over there. It's so much fun, so be sure to give that a look if you can. Also, be sure to leave a cloud emoji below. The cloud emoji is what I use to filter out comments. So like, I'll go in and just put in the cloud emoji on my back end, and then I can see all the comments that reference the cloud and then say something. So I'll be able to respond to you.
The reason why we still listen to this is because he's going to say something towards the end that literally speaks about what the fuck pride is. Let's listen further.
You want to pitch an idea to me, go ahead, do it there. You have a question, put the cloud emoji and then that, and I'll be sure to get back to you within a week's time. As always, thank you for sharing my content, subscribing, liking. It helps out a ton. I don't even have to like advertise that in the beginning of the video because you guys just do. So I'm very thankful for your support and all the things regarding my content. So love y'all a ton. Thank you. A big shout out to all my amazing, again, Patreon supporters. You guys are so incredible. The team, the community that we're fostering over there is outstanding. It's only going to grow and get better and better. So thank you guys a ton. As always, remember that in this life, you can really put your mind to anything that you want to do and achieve. Focus on you and only you. Create a box for tunnel vision. Don't let anyone get you down. Don't let anyone stop you from getting your dreams, going to that bag, working on traumas. Always just focus on you. It's so easy. Literally, it's so easy to get distracted and put yourself in somebody else's life or shoes, to be distracted and not really go after your goals and dreams because you don't feel like your current situation equips you to do so. But shit, in this life, I don't care where you're at, especially in the United States, there are little nuggets and pathways out of your current situation to propel you to the next life that you're trying to and that you really want to live. With that being said, truly do not let go of your goals and dreams. Go after it with all the might that you have and understand, know, and trust and believe that you will get there and you will achieve the things that you want to. So
okay, and with you saying that, what about that 12-year-old kid that did drag, that literally wanted to do drag? He's seen other people do drag. He had a calling to do it. He enjoys doing it. It brings something to his life. It makes him better. Again, it does not solidify who he is completely as a person, but that's another aspect of him that he is learning to love and to nurture. I'm not a drag queen. I don't want to do drag, but that's not my calling. It might be a calling for him. So what you literally just said is another reason why pride is important, because queer people, especially queer youth, have to hear that. See, if anything, instead of you try, see, here's what would have done it for me. That would have been more objective for me with Amir. Is if he shared his concerns and his issues and problems, then he offered a solution. Like I said, okay, well, you know what, going forward, we're gonna be the change that we seek. He just said, y'all share my lives, even the people who have commentary like BubzDaGawd, share my stuff. Thank you, Bubs, no problem, bitch. It all works for all the good. Okay, I understand that. But let's go ahead and create a pride event that hopefully other pride events going forward can model after, to be like, hey, let's create a little bit more of family friendly, or have sections that are family friendly, so that some of these motherfuckers can shut the fuck up with their goddamn interpretations and shit. Find a way to make sure everybody can be happy. And then what he should have done to end the video was to encourage queer youth. Look, I understand. Look, you're more than just a sexual kink. You're more than just what society views you as. And even though me as a queer man has to deal with the backlash and the blowback of people's interpretation of queerness, I still have to choose to love myself. I still have to choose to affirm myself and see it for myself. And that there are people in the queer community that will love you and affirm you and see you for who you are and who you want to be. See, you should have ended it like that, but all you did was just create more fear for heterosexual people to use against queer people on Pride Month, which is why we kind of had to give you a little bit of that slight ass work on today. And the one thing about BubzDaGawd, whenever I tag people, they always watch. They may not respond sometime because, I mean, I be bringing so much facts and objectives when I speak because I was trained by one of the best. They can't do it. But yeah, let's continue, and then what we're going to do is it's going to transition to the Hodge twins. Let me look at your comment real quick. Queen Stevie says, it is certain in any case that ignorance allied with power is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. And that's from James Baldwin, a openly black queer man, mind you.
With that being,
yeah, got a show for y'all. Got a damn good show. Dwayne Wade is going in business with his daughter. They going in the trans business.
They going in the trans business?
They got them a website going. They going in the trans business.
Well, hey, I'm a capitalist, man. I believe in capitalism. Maybe they found a need, and they gonna fulfill it, make them some money.
There's no need for this. Yeah. The only reason why you start this business is to indoctrinate kids.
Here we go.
Check out this video they did. They started a business together.
To Translatable, I'm Dwayne Wade.
And I'm Zaya Wade, and yeah, welcome to Translatable. Translatable aims to serve as a community safe space for youth to express themselves through a number of creative outlets. Here at Translatable, we focus on communities of color, center the most marginalized, and emphasize the importance of parents and family.
Translatable is also a resource hub for parents, families, and support system of the LGBTQIA+ youth. For our family, we're blessed to have a community of supporters and knowledgeable experts who could swiftly arm us with the tools we needed to support Zaya in her journey. We recognize the lack of digestible and relatable information available to youth.
Hey, get to the point, man.
Especially communities of color.
First of all, this is for the individuals who it pertains to, not for you motherfuckers who are going to interpret it through your shit. And at this damn point, y'all should have watched the goddamn video and you should have did a timestamp. Talking about hurry the fuck up. They are talking to individuals who are parents of trans people and trans youth to be able to give them a safe space. Nah, nigga, you need to hurry up back to the gym because y'all niggas used to be built and now y'all done let this grift and money get y'all pot bellies and shit. Because I saw one of y'all latest picture and I'm like, damn, y'all niggas been slacking.
And to this day, we are still
Where's the six pack at? Where's the abs at? Where's the shit
I have the opportunity to raise. She has been my biggest educator and inspiration of what it means to be true to you. That's why it's so important to create a collaborative space for the community to participate in the conversation and express themselves freely.
No, that sounds fun. Over the next
he got eyes like a woman.
Content, resource guides, and interactive features.
Like Dwayne do too. Yeah, got that twinkle eye.
That the
got that beautiful. Look at them eyes. That's eyes you look deep into when you make love to them. Shut up.
I hear this shit.
So make sure to sign up for email updates. We're just getting started.
He got that love making eyes. Yeah, wait till Zion start getting that 5 o'clock chatter going. You can't cover that with makeup. You ought to get some electronic because Dwayne's got a full beard. Yeah, he probably, yeah. Like when Dwayne shaves his face, you can see that 5 o'clock chatter. Wait till Zion got that 5 o'clock going. We have some Fred Flintstone action going. So what's the name of the clothing brand? Translatable? It's not clothing brand. It's like, what is it? Can you bring up the website? It's Translatable. Go to translatable.com. See what's going on here. Stick our little website going. Got a website going. Translatable. Yeah, man. I think right now, let's look at the site. They're getting email sign-ups and stuff. Yeah. You gotta put your email in so you can get some information. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just pretty much gonna be up. Yeah, that's it. What kind of website is this? There you go. There you go, man. Father and daughter. Man, I can already see that 5 o'clock coming. And Dwayne got some big hands, man. Yeah. He could palm his daughter's head. So what's going on here? Man, this is crazy.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my phone so we can read it, because all these niggas gonna do is joke. And no shade, I grew up during the era of Mad TV and shit. I grew up in the era of like watching Lisa Lampanelli, who was this white woman who would say racist shit, but the shit would be funny. Like, I grew up during that era. I grew up during the era of roasting. So it's kind of like when niggas start talking this shit, it could trigger some people. But to me, it's kind of like, okay, is that the game we're gonna play? Is that what we're gonna do? Okay, because I want you to know I can play that game too. And I inquire queer people to start playing that game too. Because the one thing that queer people have been, unfortunately, that we need to change is that we're always the victim. We're always the one that has to deal with the brunt end of shit, and if we don't survive it, motherfuckers have the the privilege and the luxury to control your own narrative and dead name you and remember you who you was as opposed to who the fuck you are.
Look, pronouns. Look, name, optional. Pronouns, optional. Email, optional. Well, my email, I ain't gonna give you none of it. Why is all that optional? You asking for people to sign up. So you go, that's, whatever. Well, that was business. Suck already. Well, what is it about? Clothes? What? No, it's just like get information about being trans. You know, it's a safe space for trans people to get information and help. Right? But you know what? Get help, huh? Yeah, get some help. They actually think they're helping people.
I can't find actual thing. But what we're going to do right now, actually, is we're going to read an article from apnews.com real quick. Unfortunately, this is not in the description box below because I was just searching up translatable. So I'll try my best to remember to put this article in the description box below. But if I don't, just type in translatable Dwayne Wade and you'll see the AP News article that reads, NBA great Dwayne Wade launches Translatable, an online community supporting transgender youth. Okay. NBA great Dwayne Wade was back in South Florida on Thursday to do battle again. The Hall of Famer spent more than 14 seasons as a guard for the Miami Heat, winning 3 championships, having Miami-Dade County nicknamed Wade County, and he still leads the franchise in everything from points and rebounds to personal fouls. But the fight he outlined Thursday at the Elevate girl. Oh, I said Elevate girl. It's Elevate. Lord. I had an Amber Lynn moment. Invite. The Elevate Prize Foundation makes good famous summit after receiving the nonprofit's Elevate Prize Catalyst Award, may be the most personal of all. Quote, "We've done so many great things here, so it wasn't easy to leave," Wade told the Associated Press in an interview before the award ceremony. But the community wasn't here for Zaya. So the community wasn't here for us. Wade's daughter, Zaya, who turns 17 next week, came out as transgender in 2020 in the midst of anti-trans legislation in Florida and other states that prompted many trans adults to flee the state. The Wade family sold their Florida home last year and moved to California. In accepting the award, Wade shared it with Zaya and credited her with inspiring the creation of Translatable, a new online community designed to support transgender children and their family. The question was presented to her as, if you have one thing you would want to see change in this community, what would it be? Wade recalled. And for her, it goes right to the parents. It goes right to the adults. It goes right to us. It's not the kids, it's us. And so we wanted to create a space that felt safe for parents and their kids. That's what Translatable is, and it's her baby. Wade hopes Translatable, which is funded by the Wade Family Foundation, will provide a community to support growth, mental health, and well-being, and that this space ignites, I hate when all this ad pop up, and this space ignites more conversations leading to greater understanding and acceptance. He said he will use the $250,000 in unrestricted funds that comes with the Elevate Prize Catalyst Awards for Translatable. Elevate Prize Foundation CEO Carolina Garcia said that after hearing Wade's plans, her nonprofit made a separate additional donation to Translatable, which was built with support, from the Human Rights Campaign and the Trevor Project. Quote, Dwayne Wade and what he represents speaks to the ethos of the whole foundation, she told the AP. He is such a hero in the sports universe and even beyond basketball. He's been in the social justice space almost since the very beginning of his NBA career, and most people don't know that. They also said that Wade felt empowered when Zaya came out as transgender in 2020, and it was so deeply inspirational to us that we were just dying to be a part of what he's building. The Elevate Prize Catalyst Award helps its winners, which have included actors Matt Damon and Michael J. Fox, and Nobel Peace Prize winner Malaya, Lord, your last name, girl, I'm sorry, to amplify their philanthropic work by using the foundation's resources and connections to inspire more donors and supporters. Wade said his support of trans rights is a natural extension of being a parent, and talked about how much he enjoys learning from Zaya in hours-long discussions at home. They also said she was struck by Wade's devotion as a parent, especially a black parent, but also commended his decision to launch Translatable in Florida, a place many a place where many might feel a sense of exclusion. Girl, how much of this shit we got, girl? But I just wanted to bring it up. Basically, I was reading that to say that Translatable is a online community that supports trans youth. That's simply it. Let's continue with their grifting commentary.
He is transitioning stuff. Check out this interview of Dwayne. He was on Shay Shay. I wonder why he went with that name, Shay Shay. That's like for a gay hairdresser. Shay Shay. Well, you know, Mama gave us some nicknames. Yeah. My name was Kiki growing up. It's just like black. Yeah, mine was Kevin. You know, it's a Southern Negro thing. Yeah, but Mama called me Kiki. Yeah.
But hell no, nah, nigga. You Kiki now. What's up? It's another Kiki. Come on, Kiki and Shay Shay. What's going on? And like I said, at this point, y'all want to crack jokes. Let's all laugh. I told y'all, for BubzDaGawd, regardless of where this goes, I am aware in ways that y'all don't understand, that might be fearful to y'all if I shared it with you, that is learning to accept and being okay with that across the board, being really across the board, even in the scary and terrifying and dangerous aspects. So if niggas want to laugh, let's laugh. I like laughing. Laughing is soothing for the soul. It's the best medicine that you can apply. It's free of charge. And we gonna see who really gets triggered or not.
Yeah, that's probably how you got it. Yeah, Shay. Probably got it from because he got that country drawl too. Yeah, so watch what he has to say about when they determined what they was gonna do with Zaya. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man.
Right.
And a lot of people like to talk about Zaya's transition. Mm-hmm. To me, Zaya hasn't transitioned into anything. But a kid, and now a young, going into young adult. Right. I've watched her go through life. It hasn't been no transition for us. Right. It's been a transition for the world, but for us, I see the same kid that I've seen since May 29th, 2007.
Right. Definitely heard
nothing has changed.
Did you know were there signs?
Yeah.
Because, you know, boys you play with trucks, girls play with dogs, you know, girls dress up, boys do.
Again, the social concept of what you should be, what you should be, what you should do, what you should do. And that might work for some, but it's not gonna work for all people. If that was the case, there'd only be one fucking flavor of any goddamn thing. But there's multiple flavors, girl. Some people like chocolate, some people like vanilla, some like the swirl, some like cookie dough, some like Talenti, some like bright. If only some of you motherfuckers can make this choice when you at the grocery store and reading your ingredients and shit. If a lot of motherfuckers can take that over nosiness, awareness they have for other people's shit and think they have that right for them, that they know what's going on and can apply it to themselves, that would actually be the benefit to humanity. Because all Dwayne Wade said was that unlike a lot of you other niggas who the church has taught you to demonize your child and to put a white God over your child that is not even your motherfucking original God, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that my child, better yet, I'm not sorry that my child identifies as trans and I still love them. Meanwhile, y'all straight as fuck and y'all fathers don't even know who the fuck y'all are. Ooh. Don't be mad at Zaya because Zaya has fatherly love coming from a nigga that some of you niggas idolize and want to be like. If only some of y'all fathers could love y'all like Dwayne loves his daughter. Just because some of y'all daddies was weak ass men who was little grown ass boys and could not handle being a father, does not mean you get to demonize Zaya for having a father that loves her what is known as unconditionally. Because like Dwayne said, it's a transition for y'all. There is no transition because I loved my child regardless. Now, can it be difficult? Yeah. I mean, I've had to learn. I had to grow. I had to be better. Again, these are hour-long conversations. And even me and my family, we're so tight-knit. We used to have hour-long conversations all the time. We'll start a conversation. That conversation lasts 5-6 hours, and we didn't even know it. But we were so engulfed in the conversation, learning from each other. Because, again, Dwayne is not trans. Gabrielle is not trans. Zaya's birth mom is not fucking trans. Zaya's trans, and she has to find her own trans experience, because even being trans, what I am discovering, which is I think is true for everything, is not a monolith. But let's continue with their narrative.
Yes. So you saw signs at a very early age that he's not like what I'm thinking a boy should be, or what I was when I was that age.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. And so I have a child at home that we're basketball, baseball, we're doing what you do.
Right.
Hey, let's play this. I have a child at home that's like, I don't want that. I want to go, Dad, I want to take dance lessons. Oh, okay, well, let's go to dance. I have a child at home, when I come home, she got the shirt wrapped around her head like it's like long hair. I got a child at home that I'm watching.
You do.
Wear certain things that's different than what I would buy for my son.
Right.
Right? And so, this is at 3 years old. So I'm in my home, my wife and I, we have a conversation.
3 years old?
Right.
And for me, instead of walking in and say, "Hey, stop that shit, cut that shit," like people try to do, like, stop you when you're doing something for you that they don't like. Right. So instead of me walking in the room and say, "Yo, stop that shit," it was my job to sit back and say, "Okay, let's have a conversation with Zaya and let's see where this goes."
Right.
And so my first conversation with her was about, hey, understanding what you like to wear and how you like to be in the house.
Right.
Outside of this house, they're not ready for that.
Right.
Right? I
All
don't
this
even know
is
we were ready
rehearsed.
for that.
Right.
How the fuck do y'all know this rehearsed? Do y'all have the scripts? Nigga, do you have the transcript of the shit? Before y'all start saying, oh, this all rehearsal shit, nigga, and I get it. Y'all getting money. These white motherfuckers is loving y'all. We found some mouthpiece, and they will pay. Y'all basically suggest some damn high-value, light-skinned prostitutes, girl, for these motherfuckers, girl. You say all type of shit. At this point, do you have the transcripts to prove that this shit is scripted? Or is it just hard for you to believe that a black man at that could have this level of awareness that instead of striking first, which we all, and I'm gonna just fucking say it, girl, it's Pride Month. I'm about to trigger all you bitches. You wanna trigger us, girl, it's gonna be triggered across the board, girl. Since y'all can't whoop the white man ass, girl, y'all rather beat on your own family and the fags and the dykes and all that shit. Instead of him doing that, because he is a black man who doesn't have to deal with poverty and being stressed the fuck out about what his fucking family is gonna eat, and he can provide for him, which means he ain't gotta be on the motherfucking corner selling poison to the community to feed his fucking family. The fuck? That instead of him reacting in that way, he may have wanted to, because there's a fear there, because again, when you react in that way, there's a fear of not only what gonna happen to you, but what gonna happen to me. I am a NBA player, girl. I am playing basketball, a masculine sport. What the fuck I look like supporting somebody who's trans, and I'm in this masculine sport. He could have allowed that to fuck up his family, because when it comes down to basketball, nigga, there's eventually gonna be a time where you're gonna have to retire. You're not gonna be able to play anymore, which means your days of glory are going to be gone, and all you will have is just memories of what the fuck you used to do. But now you lost somebody that was a part of your family, that gets to know you, that sees you not as the great Dwayne Wade, the basketball player, but get to see you as, first of all, and most importantly, Dwayne Wade, the father, the parent. Y'all too worried about these motherfuckers allegedly playing goddamn a fruit ninja and shit and snipping shit off, that y'all not even educating yourself in the websites right there for you to learn. But again, these are the same people who gave up going to the gym. That builds discipline. And why build discipline, bitch, when I'm getting money now? Fuck this.
And so we slowly just let her be who she wanted to be in our home.
Is that your first wife or this with Gabby?
This is with Gabby.
Okay.
Oh, they their first wife.
Be who you want to be in our home.
Their first wife is
we gonna watch and we gonna learn along this journey.
So the 3-year-old is not doing this stuff like, oh, hold up. Let's sit down and talk to our 3-year-old and see what she wants. I don't even know why Shannon Sharp asked about which wife was this, your first one or Gabby. You know this is Gabby. Gabrielle Union. This is all her.
Yeah. I don't even think it's necessarily
Zaya's mom. Yeah, Zaya's mom is not even in her life, from what I hear.
Yeah. They say she was transphobic or something. Hey man, we live in a crazy world.
Since when does a 3-year-old make these decisions at this age?
I hope they didn't chop it off and gave him drugs, you know? Hopefully they didn't jump the gun, so to speak. And
what's weird is I seen videos of Zaya had like a boyfriend. It was just a girl who wants to be a guy.
So yeah, he's got a girlfriend.
Something like that.
Technically, he's not gay.
Yeah.
This is what happened when you are at base level thinking. But again, I have to remind myself and remind y'all that these people are ignorant. They don't know. They don't educate themselves. They had the whole fucking website there that I couldn't fucking find, girl. They was able to pull it up and had the opportunity to read it, and they did not. I would have read it, but I flipped it because I'm putting this on YouTube to do fair use, so that it shows and proves that if they strike my shit, I edited it and transformed this in a creative way, nigga. I love how parents make it out that children are so fucking dumb and stupid. They might be ignorant to the ways of this world because they just got here, but they originally came from a place that a lot of us fucking adults forgot about, that we have lost touch with, which is why we miserable as fuck now and willing to sacrifice our own down the road, down the line for some money. So at what age does a child start having agency over themselves and knowing what they want to do? So with that being said, if you sitting there watching an infant and an infant starts motherfucking crying, don't you wish you would have the ability to have your damn infant tell you what's wrong, baby? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I was wrong. But now you 3 years old, you can form words. You telling me you can't start making sense of shit? He just said in the beginning, I did what a lot of men traditionally do. I have a son, and a lot of time, a lot of niggas be living vicariously through their sons because they failed in life. And now they want to make sure their child don't fail because we can't have 2 failures. And then get jealous when the child succeeds more than they ass did. The fuck? And you still goddamn breathing as if though you can do something to change it, because you can. He said, let me go ahead. Let's do basketball. Let's do football. Let's do the masculine shit. Okay, let's do it. Zaya does it. Dad, I don't want to do this. I want to do dance. Now, a lot of times at that moment, a lot of black men's heart will drop in their kneecap because it's like, Lord, I've been going to church all my life. There have been times that I put money in the collection plate and we came back to no power in the house, no food in the fridge, Lord. I done put you before everything, and you gonna allow Satan to bring his bitch ass in my house and try to jump that sexual gay agenda shit on my child? again, he could have came in with the homophobic response that a lot of us experience as children. I even shared my extreme homophobic experience with my father. When I heard him say 2 F words I never heard him say before in life, while choking me up against the wall because the realization that I might have a fag for a son. You like cause your son's a fag? And y'all just getting mad because now you have parents that say, yep, at least my child ain't no convicted felon. Yep, at least my child ain't no menace to society. Yep, at least my child ain't out here fucking around with other women and shit, breaking their motherfucking heart, and instead of making them queens, turning them into baby mamas and sluts and hoes that y'all fuck and then turn around and talk bad about, but then want to get some pussy after you get done talking about it. Yeah, my son may like men. Yeah, my daughter may like girls. Yeah, my child may be trans. But their life experience is a lot better than your motherfucking life, cause bitch, who wants to be some of you niggas? The fuck?
How much you wanna bet this boy ain't even gay? How much you wanna bet? He one of them pansexuals. What's that? You don't conform to gender or sexuality. You have sex with anything, which just means you're gay. Yeah, he's a homosexual. His son's a homosexual. No, he's not. He probably ain't, Kevin. He's a homosexual. He's wearing dresses. You could be straight and wear a dress. No, that's a cross-dresser. You're gay. No. You're doing gay stuff. No. You can still be gay and have straight sex. He's a homosexual. He likes to wear women's clothes and wake up. He thinks he's a girl. What makes you a homosexual is you having with your same sex. Well, no shit. You could wear a dress. You could also be a homosexual wearing women's clothes. I don't think. Yeah. That makes you gay. That makes you a homosexual. Yeah. In my book, it does.
Well, I think it's time. I already told you. I think it's time for the queers to open up their book, because unlike them hoes, bitch, we live at the library. The library be a lot of our motherfucking homes, girl, and we've been not letting hoes in at this point. Again, equality across the board, girl. Y'all want to speak about what y'all think is weird and shit? Let's all do it. See, that's the thing. Y'all want to be excluded, but we're in this human experience, and we all the same. At the genesis, at the core, we're all the same. It's just that I'm aware of that. And there are other people that are growing aware of that. And they actually want to break generational fucking curses. Do you hear the commentary between them two? It's like, at this point, queer people, we don't have no relevance, girl. We don't know what we talking about, but they do. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is, queer people, it's time to play that game, baby. We been nice. Oppressed groups of people, we been nice. We been nice. We didn't let motherfuckers slide. We didn't give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. We have done all the research. We have done all the homework. We have done things to make it easy for them. We've given them stats. We've given them news articles. We've given them life experiences. We've given them documentaries. We've given them scholastic work, peer-reviewed journals. We've given all this overwhelming amount of information. At this point, queer people, I think we should be done with informing. Y'all want to know some shit? Pick up your motherfucking phone and Google it. You want to learn more about this shit? Go to YouTube and watch Conscious TV. Reckless Logic, Hope Giselle, T.S. Madison. And speaking of T.S. Madison, she just started a trans house because she understood what she went through and healed from what she went through. to make sure that other younger trans women don't have to go down that road of using sex work as a means of survival, which is detrimental to the individuals who do that. Because you already demonized, you already stigmatized, and now you're allowing and people are paying to literally treat you the way that they want to treat you. And a lot of times it can be very, very fatal. And Dwayne Wade, being the individual that he is and having the influence that he has and the resources that he has, instead of him following what y'all think he should have done was motherfucking renounce his goddamn daughter, dead name the fuck out of her, exile her, and then join a goddamn mega church and give that money that he received from that Elevate Award to the church. That's what y'all think would be the right thing. But instead, what he is doing is the actual Christ thing. He said, you know what? There are other black trans children, or as these motherfuckers say, it's gay, because they don't see LGBTQIA. They just see fag and just different levels of fag. That's all they think. But instead of him being the problem, he said, let me go ahead, learn from my daughter who is going through this fucking experience, because y'all out here, y'all don't know who fucking Zaya is any goddamn way. Y'all, we wasn't on no damn reality show to where y'all built a bond with this motherfucker and now this motherfucker just changed up on you hoes overnight like Caitlyn Jenner. Wasn't no shit like that. Y'all know nothing about Zaya. So the person that's spending the most time with Zaya is Dwayne and Gabrielle. So they are learning about Zaya's experience. And again, you cannot get your shit snip, tuck, nip, tucked until you're 18. When people say mentally ill, I guess what I'm starting to interpret that it now with a higher level of awareness is that mentally ill just means that you're free. See, some hoes need something to hold on to. What hoes should do is love themselves and build a foundation in that and then grow. Because now you have a solid foundation because you are the center of it. Not in a narcissistic way, not in an egoic way, but in a way that benefits you, which means I'm going to love me even though the world outside of me has been indoctrinated and through its own fear, ignorances, and biases is going to hate me. A wise mystic once said, and it's true, the hardest thing that we're going to do in this life, every single one of us, is the continual elevation and progression of self-love and affirming yourself in a world that will not affirm you because it doesn't even know how to affirm itself. Why do you think the drag culture and the tearing down culture is so popular? Because now the crabs in the barrel mentality is not just considered a stereotypical black thing now. It's now become mass spread to where now we're all trampling over each other, trying to get the fuck out of the situation instead of looking down on each other to help each other up. And Dwayne took the opportunity to do that, not just for his trans child, but for other trans children who are in more dangerous situations. Because Zaya is privileged. Zaya has money. Zaya has protection. She's not in the same spaces and the same places that a lot of regular schmegular everyday people are that can be more dangerous. And a lot of them don't have the hypervisibility as Dwayne, Gabrielle, and Zaya, who if something happens to them, all they're gonna be is just a fucking news article using the dead name. Let's finish this up. What's going on, Aries?
I mean, I tend to agree. I'm just saying, man. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, a lot of these people technically are not homosexual. Because he's got a little girlfriend that wants to be a boy. What? You know? He's got a girlfriend that wants to be a boy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Zaya. Zaya. She. It's the she.
There's a famous couple that are a trans couple that are together, and the trans man was pregnant. That's the beauty of life. Be thankful that I've been saying this especially recently. Be grateful that there are people out there that are doing shit that you ain't gotta do. I thought you would be happy. But again, it's not a monolith. You have trans men that are attracted to women. You have trans men that are attracted to men. You have trans men who are pansexual or demisexual. You have the same thing for trans women. Like, come on, y'all. If you want to be straight and you don't want to do that gay fag shit, you ain't got to. And a lot of the motherfuckers that be saying they don't want to do that, we wasn't even looking at y'all niggas to begin with anyway, so I don't even know why the fuck you're putting that out. That seems a little suspect. Are you trying to test the room? Because if so, the room is colder than hell, bitch. No. Okay, let me shut up. Let's continue.
The girl now. You can't pick that. You can't decide what you are. I know that. They do. They think they can. 3 years old deciding. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Sexuality, your mannerisms, whether you're feminine or masculine, most of this stuff is taught. Like, I remember playing, we didn't have no toys, right? Growing up was poor. We moved into this shithole, right?
Here we go.
And the people that lived there left some toys in the basement. It was a damn dollhouse and some dolls. Guess what I was doing at 5, 6 years old? I was in there playing house.
No, tell them everything. Tell them what you was doing with them dolls.
Yes. Please tell us. Tell on yourself. Because you talking about these behaviors you're taught. Come on. Come on. See how the spirit works
First
sometimes?
thing I did, I took the clothes off. Oh, man, look at this. I put it in doggy style position, open them legs.
Where did you learn that from? Because no shade, even with me when I was younger, I didn't play with dolls. I played with G.I. Joes. I had G.I. Joes. I forgot the individual. His name is Max something. I forgot his name. It was an early 2000 show or whatever. But my sister had Barbies, and no shade, I would have my G.I. Joes fuck the shit out the damn Barbies. In the house, in the car, in the Bratz limo dial, in the goddamn Barbie airplane and shit. I remember one time there was this video game called Perfect Dark. And the lead character, protagonist, is a female. And they had this, like, action fiend figurette thing of it. And it was the same size of my G.I. Joes. I'm like, hell yeah, she looked dope. She got this cat who got the gun and shit. Oh, they're gonna be fucking the shit out of her. I bought her. I didn't know it was a collector's item. You're not supposed to touch it. I took her clothes off, and there was this soft mesh top that was atomically correct to where she had titties, and when you touch it, it felt like titties. So I'm having my G.I. Joes fuck her and grabbing a titty. Where am I learning this from? HBO. Yeah, back in the day when you had channel 1 through 99, and then towards the 99, you might get 100, 101, and sometimes you might be clear. A lot of times you have to really pay attention. We did all, I just said children played house growing up. Y'all did this shit. He just shared and told on himself that he ended up doing shit and having the dolls be lesbians at that point, pretty much scissoring it the fuck up. At 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, where did you learn that behavior from? Where did that come from? Where did y'all learn it? Because they've always been sexual. Balls deep, sugar walls, and that mushroom head. Where you learn that shit from? Who taught y'all about that nasty, freaky shit? Y'all talking about, oh, children at 3 don't know nothing about sexuality. As y'all share y'all youth experiences about sexuality. But again, y'all have the right to laugh because you did what society did. You had you had lesbian sex, but you enjoyed it because, again, it's 2 women. You can insert yourself into there.
You remember that?
See? That's how you know you're straight.
But no, like, you can teach sexuality. That's why they starting this damn trans institute. They're gonna make a bunch more of them.
Translatable?
Yeah. Like, if you have gay parents, like if your parents is, what's her name? That one chick. Trump's not a fan of her. Calls her ugly whenever he gets a chance.
What, Horseface?
No, she's like a lesbian.
Oh, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, let's say you got...
She used to be cute when she was in that movie with Madonna. She was on some baseball team with Tom Hanks. Remember that?
Yeah, well, she was girly in that.
It's about as girly she ever got. I wouldn't say she was girly.
she was girly enough.
She had some paws on her.
But anyway, if you're like, okay, if I was raised by her and another gay woman,
yeah,
guess what I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be all.
You sucking dick.
I'm gonna be gay. 10 times out of 10, probably 6 of them I'm gonna be gay.
Yeah. Where you going with this, man? We already been over this.
No, what they was saying about... No, they was talking about when Zaya was like 3, she didn't want to play with cars and stuff.
Oh, they made all that shit up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you think
you could actually correct a lot of this behavior early. But I get some people are born gay. I get that.
How can sexuality be taught, but I can also understand that gay people are born? Okay, so where is the middle ground? Where is the differentiation between that? Because it gives the illusion, not just y'all, but like y'all are conflating that. So what does a gay child, a person who is, you believe that are born gay, they can be born gay. If that is the case, what does that look like to you? Since we're throwing assumptions around and we're, just doing hypotheticals. Hypothetically speaking, what would you consider a young gay boy to be? Just feminine, flamboyant? Hi guys, hi, how are you doing? Oh my God, your muscles are so big. Ooh. What do y'all see? Like, what do y'all think?
Yeah. But I think a majority of the things he was sharing, I think a lot of it was rehearsed, made up, and is making more people feel that, I understand now. Okay.
I'll never understand a 3-year-old coming to rooms that I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, and y'all gonna like it. That don't make any sense.
This was a journey. He didn't say that. First of all, he did the one thing that y'all niggas would be afraid to do. He was trying to inquire what's going on here. Because according to what it was said in the article here, Zaya didn't come out as trans until like 2020. So this was a journey that even Zaya was figuring out for herself. And instead of you being a controlling parent out of fear, you're willing to say, well, let me love my child, because a part of being a parent means loving your child unconditionally, especially when y'all go to church and pray to a God who you say loves you, when you do shit that your ass, if it was put on Front Street, you would want grace and mercy.
Nah. Now, once you become 18, it's your decision,
Yeah,
live your life how you live. But don't tell me some 3-year-old kid is telling you how to be a better parent. That's all BS.
Yeah, I think you're monetizing this.
No, y'all monetizing it. Y'all monetizing it.
It's okay to monetize.
Let's not talk about monetize, because if it was monetized, like, why would he got $250,000 that he put into Translatable to help trans youth. Y'all the ones that are okay.
That'd be for good. Gonna come back to bite him in the ass. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna. Yeah, we've monetized ourselves, but this is something I truly believe in. Conservatism.
I mean,
and they truly believe in this shit too.
Believe in this too, but they're dead wrong.
Dead wrong. But I think it's just a fact. I think eventually, once we have the evidence to support our argument, is that, man, this is just a radical fringe way of thinking.
But it's always
okay. And then until y'all provide this fact that y'all say y'all hope and manifest out of the ethers, until then, I need y'all to start saying allegedly with y'all shit. I need y'all to start saying hypothetically with y'all shit. How you gonna sit up here and say they did wrong, but y'all gotta prove that they did wrong? How the fuck that work? when the evidence comes out. Well, if this is going down the route that y'all know is going down, and you saying this shit could be corrected earlier, you have all these solutions to these problems, then it shouldn't be hard for you to get the evidence, especially since Zaya came out as trans in 2020. It's 2024. What are y'all niggas doing? Y'all niggas is lazy with the investigation part. Y'all niggas ain't using y'all resources and y'all grifting money to actually expose and see what it is. But again, it's a belief. And it's a subjective belief which you do decide for yourself. You have a right to your subjective belief, but we're talking about objectively here. You got to find that objective proof before you can really speak with such validity.
Damaged a lot of kids. It's going to always be a lot of people like this, though. Yeah. They was here before this, they'll be here after this. Yeah. Okay, and I do believe that people do suffer from some kind of condition they want to. Yeah, and but you're just gay, though. Yeah, you're trying to mainstream this, and you're just a gay kid. That's all you are. You're trying to rebrand homosexuality into something. Yeah. You're trying to just a homo. That's all. Just a homosexual. And when I say homo, I don't mean any. No, really, I know we get that. Hey, Dwayne weighs what, 6'5"? I think Zay about 6'1". About 6'3". Sorry, no 6'3". That's a huge woman.
So was Phyllis Hyman, and she was a biological female, and she wore size 12, 13 in heels.
I wonder if she go and play for the WNBA. I'll watch that. Hey, drop all this translatable shit. Yeah. You need to get your son to get drafted into the WNBA. I'll pay to see that. I want to see that. I want to see Dwayne Wade's girl crossing bitches up. And I want to see him dunk on these bitches. I guarantee he'll give Peyton Clark run for money.
But then, let's use y'all logic. Let's say that's the case. Then you're going to have motherfuckers like BMU having a problem because they're going to be too strong to be playing the WNBA. Girl, no shade. Fuck these people and their opinions. It's fear-based and it's ignorant. I keep telling y'all, they don't see the intersections of queerness. They just see it as one thing. And the reason why I do my lives is because, again, this is coming out of the realm of your opinion and now making it law to where you're trying to suppress people living their authentic lives. Well, then I guess it's going to be suppression across the board, and Project 2025 is going to do that. And again, like you said, I'm cool with y'all entertain us. I'll watch you dunk on bitches, stop bitches. I'll watch you be Joanna Man on hoes. You gonna be able to shatter the glass like they did in the movie? We're gonna end this live with 2 more articles. Well, actually 3, I'm sorry. Because we're gonna make this a little bit more personal now. Because we started off with the whole Pride event with the internalized homophobia through fear, and I can understand. It's not right, but it's okay, I guess. Then we have the Hodge twins talking about Zaya Wade trying to further the trans agenda on children, even though they said there are people who are gay, who are born gay, and all this stuff. It's just a lot of confusion. But now we're going to go ahead and take it into more of, I guess, everyday life, if you will. And this is from the SunSentinel. Okay. This was published on June 5th. All right. And it reads, a committee wanted mom of trans student suspended. The superintendent wants her fired. A committee found reason to discipline a Monarch high employee who is also the mom of a trans athlete, but didn't want her to be fired, newly released district document showed. The district's professional standards committee made a principals and administrators, voted March 20th to recommend a 10-day suspension for Jessica Norton, an information specialist and a junior varsity volleyball coach at the Coconut Creek School. But that recommendation was overruled, at least temporarily. Then Superintendent Peter Licata and Human Resources Chief David Azarito, decided March 26th to recommend termination. Current Superintendent Howard Hepburn upheld the recommendation. The school board is expected to decide June 18th, which, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be on Tuesday, whether to approve Hepburn's recommendation. The board could decide instead to approve a more lenient discipline or no discipline at all. Norton is accused of violating the state law passed in 2021 known as the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, which bans students who are born male from competing on female sports teams in public schools. While Norton was a district employee, her daughter played volleyball at Monarch for 2 seasons and played volleyball and soccer at Lions Creek Middle in Coconut Creek. The records from the investigation don't say the specific reasons the Professional Standards Committee came up with this recommendation for suspension, nor does it say why Licata and Hepburn wanted the harsher punishment. Quote, each case is reviewed and evaluated independently, district spokesman John Sullivan told the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. But documents about the investigation of Norton, released Wednesday, do reveal findings from the district's Special Investigative Unit that likely prompted the recommendation of just cause for discipline. Among the district's allegations, Norton asked in 2017, before she was an employee, to have her child's sex changed in district records, which investigators said was a violation of policy. Once she became an employee, she failed to let the district know the gender information was inaccurate, the report said. Norton admitted that she submitted incorrect documents to Lions Creek, listing her daughter as female on an athletic form, even though the child's birth certificate at the time said male. The birth certificate was legally changed to female a few months later. Norton admitted she was aware that the state law regulated to girls' sports took effect in July 2021, but still registered her child in female athletics after that, the district said. While coaching the junior varsity team and assisting the varsity team, she knew that a biological male was playing female sports contrary to Florida law, leading to a $16,500 fine and other sanctions against Monarch from the Florida High School Athletic Association. Investigators asked her why, in her role as coach, she didn't reveal that her child was born male. She replies because she's a female. She identifies as a girl. Her birth certificate says female. So the only way I would know as a coach was because I am her parent, she responded. Norton told investigators that the sex of her daughter was changed at Winston Park Elementary during the 2016-17 year. She said then Superintendent Robert Runchie said at a queer roundtable that parents could request such changes for trans children. Investigators said this change was done without any supporting documentation. When detectives asked her why she submitted false information about her child's gender on the athletic form in 2021, Norton responded, because that's what's reflected in the school board. Because as far as the Broward County Schools was concerned, she was in the system as a female. Lawyers from Norton submitted to the district a 13-page response to the investigation, which was not included in the investigative file provided to the Sun-Sentinel through a public records request. But Norton's lawyers provided a copy to the newspaper. She is being represented by the Human Rights Campaign, a national queer rights group. The letter said Norton was a volunteer coach who had no role, responsibility, or authority in the tryout and selection process, nor in running any practices or coaching in games. Her main role were providing snacks, organizing celebrations, and handling clerical duties. The letter also questioned why many issues related to Norton's role as a parent rather than an employee, and some happened before she even started working for the district. Quote, "It is unclear how actions Miss Norton took as a parent before she was ever employed as an employee of the district could be relevant to potential corrective action designed to improve or change her job performance," the letter said. While the legal remedy under the Fairness in Women's Sports Act is for someone who has been harmed to be able to sue the district, the investigation found no evidence that any student was harmed, the lawyers wrote. Quote, "Not one of the students who were interviewed were aggrieved by having a trans teammate," the lawyers wrote. Quote, "The only evidence of student harm here is with respect to Norton's child, who, as a result of the callous and reckless manner in which the investigation was announced, was publicly outed, became the subject of unnecessary media scrutiny, and was displaced from her school community due to fears for her safety and well-being." The district did not identify the child who was at the center of the investigation, but did confirm that Norton was under investigation, so many people at Monarch knew who the student was. Wow. Administrators and athletic directors from Monarch and Lions Creek also were investigated, but ultimately cleared by the district, with most of those employees saying they didn't have direct knowledge that the student was a trans girl. Monarch principal James Cecil told investigators Norton had reminded to him her child was trans, but he thought that the student was female but transitioning to be a male. "I was waiting for her to become a boy," Cecil told investigators. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to end this live on a bittersweet note. It's sweet, no shade, no pun intended, Pride Month, but it's sweet for the queer community and the parents of queer children. It's bitter for the individuals like Amir and the Hodge twins and BMU, and as we'll see later on tonight in the other live, other brother and sister platforms and networks that think like them, okay? Let me go ahead and change the music down for this, because we done with the dark background music, because that's what it was for. Now we're gonna go here with my lo-fi. This shit loud as fuck. I'm so sorry. Hold on. My bad, my bad. Let's see. Where we at? Okay, we good. We're gonna read 2 more articles and then we're done with this live. As you can see, the thumbnail was updated. We now have Marlon Wayans in the background that has been included into this evening's live, okay? And I'm going to read the article again. The link for the next 2 articles are in the description box below if you want to read with me or just have it for reference. The first one is from the Time, from Time Magazine or Time.com, okay? And it reads, "Marlon Wayans poses for pride. I show my support." Marlon Wayans shared photos from a pride-themed photo shoot Friday to show support to his trans son and the queer community, declaring, quote, "Love and laughter will always drown hate," end quote, as he dismissed hateful comments. The comedian and actor said in an Instagram post that he conducted the photo shoot with photographer Parrish Lewis. He posted 4 photos. In the first 2, Wayans is seen posing with the queer flag, and in the second 2, he could be seen posing with a rainbow face mask. Quote, "Happy Pride to all my queer peoples," Wayans said in the caption of the first post, which featured the actor with the flag. "P.S. I'm straight. Well, according to my child, cisgender male, I just love and support my peoples." Wayans has been vocal in the past about supporting his son, who is trans. Wayans said in an interview with the radio show The Breakfast Club in November that while his son was transitioning, he himself underwent a transition as a parent, going from ignorance and denial to complete and unconditional love and acceptance. Shout out to the black men who transcend shit. While many Instagram users commented on Wayans' post, thanking and praising him for showing support for the queer community, some left hateful and queerphobic comments. Those comments prompting Wayans to post more photos from the photo shoot and mock some of the hateful comments. Yeah, and just for the hate mongers, I'm posting another, Wayans said in the caption of his second post, which depicted him with the flag, a black hat with a rainbow stripe, and plastic balls, the color of the rainbow. As a father of a child in the queer community, I show my support. Zero fucks what people think. Like, if I lost you, good. Your hateful ass never loved me in the first place. How can you love anyone when you're too busy judging? You mad? Why are you mad? He said in the caption of his third post, in which he poses with a rainbow mask on half of his face and pins on his shirt that said, "Love wins" and 100% pride, 0 shame. I can do this shit all day, but instead, I think I'll do it all month. Happy Pride, love and laughter will always drown out hate. Wayans went on to post a fourth photo in which he was again posing with a rainbow mask on half of his face and pins that express support for the queer community. Quote, "For people to be that queerphobic reeks of repressed feelings and desires," Wayans said in the caption of his fourth post. Bruh, don't live like that. Come on out, be you. That's what pride is all about. Acceptance. Now this read is from the PinkNews, and this one reads, Marlon Wayans, okay, I already accepted the cookies, bitch. Marlon Wayans, who has a trans son, trolls bigots with pride post. Zero fucks what people think, cause at this damn point, if y'all hoes want to talk, no shade, I'm grateful for my ancestors who had water hoses turned on them and dogs sicked on. I'm grateful for all that shit, because now that they've done it, we ain't got to. It's time to start getting back in the field with these niggas, girl. Y'all want to troll? Let's troll. Again, equality across the board. Wayans, where we at? Marlon Wayans has no time for haters who posted queerphobic comments on his recent Pride Month Instagram story, okay? Marlon Wayans has shown once again that he's the ultimate queer ally and supportive dad of a trans son by sharing a Pride Month post on Instagram, then trolling bigots who reacted negatively to it. Wayans shared an image from an all-Pride-themed photo shoot to Instagram, writing, "Happy Pride to all my queer people. I'm straight. Well, according to my child, cisgender male, I just love and support my peoples." He was pictured draped in a pride flag. The post was liked 260,000 times and received almost 14,000 comments, including from queer celebs like Janelle Monáe, who wrote, "Thank you. Happy Pride to us." However, unfortunately, as to be expected in this day and age on social media, there were plenty of bigoted and negative replies as well. One person said, "I'm the first to unfollow you and delete all your movies on my Netflix." Another simply commented, "Disappointing." The anti-queer responses prompted the White Chicks actor and comedy star to post another pride photo, which he captioned, "As a father of a child in the queer community, I show my support. Zero fucks what people think. If I lost you, good. Your hateful ass never loved me in the first place. Some of y'all not fun. Some of y'all funny. I'm a troll. I'll post all day." He kept going the following day, posting an image of himself in a rainbow mask and writing, "Do I look like I really give a fuck? Happy Pride Month, especially to all the hateful dudes out there mad because I'm supporting family and friends." For people to be that homophobic reeks of repressed feelings and desires. Bruh, don't live like that. Come on out, be you. That's what pride is all about. Acceptance. I swear I got so many more pics. Is that it? Oh no, we got more. In an interview with the Breakfast Club radio show in 2023, Wayans revealed that his son, Kai, is trans and made it clear that he's fully supportive of his child's journey. The Scary Movie star explained that any confusion or ignorance he previously had regarding trans people was quickly pushed aside once his son came out as trans, adding that accepting his child for who they are was pretty much a no-brainer. I gotta respect their wishes, and as a parent, I just want my kids to be free. Free in spirit, in thought, free to be themselves, he shared. And what's this? I think that's the end, because they was talking about his new special, girl. So, first of all, thank y'all for rocking with me through this live. I know it's probably triggering listening to some of the commentaries that we heard. But for queer people, again, I think we have to do the one thing that these people are afraid to do, which we've been doing, but we just have to continue, which is why we're going to continue to rise and we'll continue to be here, is we're going to have to continue to walk through the triggers. These people are ignorant and they're fear-based, and now they're getting supported in their ignorance and being fear-based. And the gag is they probably think the same thing about us. I'm not a trans person, so I don't understand the trans experience. But I'm not going to judge somebody who is actually living that experience and walking that experience. And if we have the power to speak about other people's experiences so more profoundly than they can, then again, that's across the board. And queer people, I want you to understand that there is oppression and fear, not only on the outside, as we've seen with the Hodge twins, but also on the inside, as we saw with Amir's commentary. You're not overtly queerphobic, but there is fear there of queer people's existence because, again, you understand, but you're afraid to speak more so to the queer phobia because now, again, because these people are doing this shit, now you gotta suffer. And if you're going to sit up here and talk about, oh, well, you know, that's why they don't like us at Pride, you still need to be objective enough to be able to balance it out because, again, they're coming for all of Pride. The fact that queer people are outside and living their life. Hell, we just heard the Hodge twins literally tell us that even though Dwayne Wade was there with his child when they were 3 years old and had that conversations and shit, that the conversations, all of them were scripted and that they know best because if I was in that situation where you're not. And from a spiritual standpoint, some of y'all better check y'all narratives about queerness before one of y'all children ends up telling you, mommy and daddy, sit down, I got something to tell you. Because it's so funny that the homophobic parents end up having the queer kids. I mean, we can't have the queer kids because according to y'all, we can't procreate. So where the gay kids coming from? They coming from y'all loins. You better be careful. Be careful what you put your energy into. That's why self-love is important. Because when you do it through the realm of love, you become a deliberate creator. You become a clear-headed creator. You become an intentional creator. You start operating in higher vibratory ways. You start including yourself into things and your life changes for the better. But just like how love is powerful, so is hate. And people fear what they don't understand and they hate. And I'ma keep telling queer people, y'all need to learn how to defend your motherfucking self. We've given the information countless times and they keep proving to us that they don't give a fuck. The same way with racism, they don't give a fuck. Well, okay then, we not gonna give a fuck either. For you to sit up here and hit somebody and then feel some type of way and tell them, no, don't hit me that hard. No. A lot of y'all about to gag at how hard queer people hit. See, y'all was queerphobic as children and you're gagging at the accountability as an adult. Which is why you don't want the kids to learn, because if the kids learn, then the queerphobia goes out the window, and then some of the real, or shall I say, some of the reasons behind the queerphobia start to seep out. Like how there's a lot of motherfuckers who are queerphobic who are in the closet, who love the closet, because in the closet they get to be God somewhere else, because I don't live in the closet with you fags, with you dykes, with you trainees. I don't have to live in the closet with you motherfuckers. I have the privilege to step out the closet and live my life in the sunshine and then come fuck with you in the midnight hour. And at this damn point, I feel like black people too, but I feel like queer people should just go ahead and blow the fucking closet up. Ain't nothing to go back to. Or shall I say the universe, God, source consciousness is removing the closet. But a lot of these people are the same individuals who dwell in temples where it's said that God doesn't dwell in temples made by man. There is no love in the closet that's healthy. It's toxic, but it's not healthy. There's no awareness in the closet. There's no fresh air in the closet. It's stale in that bitch. It's damp in that bitch. It's all type of creepy crawlers in that shit. And the closet is meant for clothes, not human fucking beings. So queer people, again, y'all have work to do. Stop fucking playing and thinking that shit ain't gonna get bad when motherfuckers are showing you where they want to go. They're seething at the mouth. They are prepared. They are spending their money. They are promoting all type of people to use against the queer community. Not those individuals, because no shade. When motherfuckers do shit online, don't social media find out who the individuals are and hold those individuals accountable. But with the queer community, it's the whole community. How about you end up doxing the motherfuckers who go to Pride with the dog shit on? How about y'all do that? Get the individual people. But again, I know, we in the comments know, Amir Odom know, that there is a want of complete erasure of queerness. Y'all be saying, oh, we don't give a fuck about queerness until a child is queer. Y'all don't care about queerness until there's a 12-year-old drag queen. I'm gonna look at some of your comments and then I gotta take a break because we will come back later on tonight. Deshaun said he also talked about the kid that got groped named Michael Rennie Jr. and 50 Cent said it called an aggressive advance instead of calling sexual assault. He was not there for that. And we're gonna talk about that later on tonight. That's gonna be the shit later on tonight. And no shade, I tagged the network in it, so they might come through, girl. Had them niggas upset again. Let me see. Oh yeah, I just a YouTuber think piece. Yep, that was an individual that Ron sent me before we did our conversation, and I'm proud of him coming out and just being himself as well. And that's the point of pride. Like, and even Mr. Bennett said it on BMU, which it went over their head. He was like, I don't believe that these people are making people gay. It's just that these people knew the truth about themselves, and now they're just being open with it. Y'all say coming out the closet, be yourself, tell the truth, and then when they tell the truth, you still slander them. Well, at this point, it's going to be slander across the board, because you're not just going to hit on me. You're not just going to beat on me. You're not just going to abuse me, and I'm going to allow you to do it. There's going to be a fucking change. No shade. No shade. Give a fuck. Anyway, please make sure y'all hit the like button. It helps this channel grow in the algorithms. We are back at 810. We fluctuate from 808 to 810. So we at 810. You liking the channel helps this channel, or the video helps this channel to grow in the algorithms. Okay, if you like the vibe over here on BubzDaGawd, where we think objectively with facts, we back all the shit up. It's not just an opinion. We also bring the burden of fucking proof, which again, of course, queer people gonna be good at bringing the burden of proof. We had no choice but to do it, and y'all keep giving it to us, bitch. At this point, we trying to help you hoes slow down. Shit, we don't want to keep doing this work. The fuck? We trying to live. But if you like how we work over here on BubzDaGawd, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all of my lives and edited comments too, but you know, commentary and videos, okay? Also, my birthday is this Saturday. I'll be turning 33, okay? The same age Jesus was when he died. No shade, okay? But make sure y'all please go ahead and hit a nigga up in the Cash App, $ BubzDaGawd. We take everything that jingle and fold in between, girl. Okay, not the grifting spirit done dropped on me, bitch. Hit my cat. I'm just playing with y'all. Shout out to Queen Stevie. Shout out to King Deshaun in the building. Shout out to Chef Soul Survivor, okay? Shout out to Naries in the motherfucking building. Boy, Crazy in the building. Shout out to Roki in the building. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to those of y'all that's in the bushes and having y'all ears to the ground. I hope that y'all fupa didn't touch a girl, because if so, it'll shake the ground. I know y'all listening. Okay, and shout out to the replay gang. And again, we will be back later on this evening. I want to say maybe like around 8 or 9. I kind of want to chill for a minute before we get into the live. Probably 8. Probably around like 8 o'clock. We'll be back 8:30 the latest to kind of get into the whole Michael Randy situation and to speak about, again, the red pill commentary, which kind of ties into this, like, toxic masculinity and toxic femininity, which is the viewpoints and perspectives, are being shattered, and we are given the opportunity to see what divine masculine and femininity really is, which is inclusive. It includes all of us. All the false shit falling apart and hoes feel some type of way about it. Well, now you get to find out if you're really powerful or not. All right? And I guess that's it, y'all. Shout out to y'all. And until next time, which will be tonight. Okay? Until tonight, y'all. Peace.